Hey, welcome everybody to another episode of Top 10 Tuesday at the 4K Lowdown. My name is David. My co-host is
Turnerfan77, aka Rich.
Rich. How you doing, brother? And
How you
then
doing, man?
Jerry just popped on. Jerry, what's up,
Man,
brother? Thank you so
thank
much for
you,
jumping
Jerry.
in. Sorry
Really
we're a few
appreciate it.
minutes late. We had some trailers to watch to get those out of the way. Um,
All good trailers too, man.
Deadly Duo on the Tube. That's right.
I like that. Thank you, Jerry.
Appreciate that. Yeah, so we're doing
It'll
thrillers
win.
today.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm excited for this one. I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah. Well, might as well get my magnifying glass ready to read some boxes because we're old men. I'm
That's right.
and we need glasses.
We do.
We're bearded four eyesmen, just like Adam.
Yep. He's my pick to win that tournament. 4KD race battle. It's my pick. He's got to support.
Got to support Adam.
Mm-hmm.
We're backing Adam all the way. Um, all right. So yeah, God, we picked some great ones.
We did.
It's
And there's
interesting.
not
You
a
got
clunker.
no. There's not a clunker. Um, because thrillers are kind of diverse. There's different types of
Mm-hmm.
thriller that you're dealing with, and we got kind of a good mix here. We got some psychopathic thriller, we got some crime thrillers, we got disasters, um, spy movies. I think we're kind of across the board with some of our favorites. It's going to be really nice. So let's say we get started.
Yeah. Let's do it. Before we start, what are you drinking tonight? Tea?
That's water tonight.
Well, tonight I got my old trusty sparkling ice.
Yeah. I might be grabbing a beer here in a minute, but we'll see how that turns out. Uh, but yeah, my water is almost gone,
Uh-oh.
so I'm gonna have to refill here in a minute.
Tell your daughter or your wife to help you out.
Nobody's in the house.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's a
It's
lot.
just me. Um, so all right, first movie we're gonna do uh, is Invisible Man. All right, let's
Oh,
get started.
nice. Let's do it.
Okay, so I have this listed as a psychopathic thriller because it's
Mm-hmm.
definitely a mental
Mm-hmm.
mess with you movie because
Yeah.
those messing with that poor girl during in this movie, and but yeah, no, I really liked it because I bought the Blu-ray back when it came out because it's from 2020. It's only 2 years
Mm-hmm.
old, and never watched it because I was like, yeah, I know I'm gonna like it, but I thought it was a horror movie. I was like, because IMDb says horror movie, and
It's not.
when I'm like, okay, it's probably a horror movie. None of my family will watch it, so it's reserved for when I'm by myself and or I have someone with me that likes horror movies. So I ended up just sitting on the shelf in my horror section, and now it's
You
in
have
my
to move
thriller
it.
section. So I'm glad I watched it. I really liked it. But let's get started with the cast
Really?
because the cast is not that big. I think it's good for the movie,
Yeah.
but um, there's some people I recognize, but only
Mm-hmm.
by face.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not. I don't know that girl's name by heart.
yeah, I don't know Elizabeth Moss.
Mm-mm.
I can't say I know her, but I recognized her sister. Um,
I recognize Hawkman because he
Hawkman.
said um,
Is that
the
the
the guy that she moves in with.
Okay,
Um,
yeah, that's Aldous Hodge. Yeah, I
yeah.
I recognize him. He was the only one I knew by name.
See, I don't know his
Uh,
name.
yeah, because I remember him from Leverage, and then he's done a bunch of other series.
Oh yeah.
Um, so yeah, it was, but I think it's gonna more than make up for it in the other scores.
Yes.
Um,
But it's an instant four, right?
Only if it's before you were born,
Oh
or
yeah, that's right. That's
yeah,
right. That's
because
right.
unfortunately this is gonna have to be scored because it's a pretty recent movie.
Yeah.
So I actually gave the cast a 4 from based on who I knew.
So I think I would just by face and not name. It would be. What is it? 2 points or 1 point?
It's 1 point by for face and not name.
Yeah, face is then I know two, so it's a two.
Okay.
Yeah, the Eldris Hodge guy, and then Elizabeth Moss because I liked her in *Handmaid's Tale*.
Yeah. So I didn't see *Handmaid's Tale*, so I
That's
don't.
what I knew her from.
Yeah, I knew Harriet Dyer, the sister, from the series *Haven*, and I recognized um, the husband from something, but I couldn't remember what, so I didn't get any points for that. So it ended up being just
Yeah,
it ended up being four, two that I recognized by face and one by name.
yeah.
Um,
And I think
okay,
they had an A-list cast in this, like a
I
big
think it would
movie.
have
I think it would
suffered.
have taken away. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would have taken away from it. I think you're
Hmm.
exactly right. So getting to the acting, I like the acting. I
Oh,
thought the acting
yeah.
was pretty solid. So I give the acting an 8.
I was gonna go nine for
Okay.
acting because you felt that girl's. I don't know if you call it
I
anger,
felt
fear.
anger, fear,
Yeah.
her mind kind of unravel because she's like
Hmm.
losing her biscuits, and then everyone else is like, "You're losing your biscuits." Her sister was like, "You're something's going on," and everybody was
Hmm.
like, thinking that she was the one
And when
that
she
was seeing
that
things, and
when the daughter gets slapped, you're like, oh
yeah,
fuck,
yeah.
you know.
And then well, I guess I can see that she would instantly blame her because she was the only other person in the room.
Yeah, because her mind
But I
wouldn't.
mean, she was sitting like clear across from her. She would have had to like
Yeah,
lean in and
yeah.
bit, but he hit her hard.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, okay. So let's go with the plot. What do you think of the trailer when you watched it?
I love the trailer,
Because
but I don't think
I
that's the first trailer that I saw.
no, I don't think it was the first. Well, I
No.
don't think it was the first trailer that I saw either. But that was the first trailer that came up,
Yeah,
and
I
unfortunately,
liked
I
it.
think it spoils a lot of the movie.
It
It
does.
really does. And
It does.
so yeah, but I did like it, and it did kind of, but
I'm
like
at a seven
with the
for that
paint, yeah, I'm
trailer.
at a 7. I'm at a 7 because it's just not. It doesn't.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I think it spoils it, and then there's a couple of things in the trailer that's not in the movie that
Hmm.
I can't condone that. I don't like it. Um, okay, what do you think of the ending? This was
absolutely loved it.
this was an interesting point for me because it definitely
You got
um,
closure.
yeah, there's definite closure, and there's definite um, uh, it slowed down because it was like you think that everything's like
Oh yeah.
going to end as it is and it's going to go one way, but it doesn't.
Hmm.
And then I'm, and then just the expression on her face when she walks out of the house, and I was like, dude,
Yeah.
okay. So,
Hmm.
um, and then, I would have liked it. They kind of let the cat out of the bag. And I'm saying literally by looking in the bag at the
Oh
end of the
yeah.
movie,
Yeah.
they let the cat out of the bag. And I was like, oh man, don't do that. Leave us in a little bit of suspense at the end. You know, you can tell that you can okay, I'm 95% sure that it happened this way, but then
Right.
I think they kind of spoiled it, but I gave it a 9 for the
I'm
ending
gonna
because I
go.
thought it
I'm
was really
happy with
good.
the nine. Yeah.
Yeah, because I really liked it. I liked how methodical it was and how
Yeah.
you know
She just knew. I like.
she knew, and
She just know what who's gonna
it
rip.
was when he said the word surprise that
Hmm.
her switch flipped, and I was
Hmm.
like, oh, you're done. That's not
Yeah.
gonna be. It's,
Oh yeah.
it's all over now. Okay, so let's talk about the story.
I
And
dug
again,
it.
I thought the story was good. I dug it. The
Hmm.
only hole that I had was the people that she moved in with. I have no idea who they were or
See,
who
I
they
liked
were.
him.
I
One of
mean,
the reasons I like it.
I liked it, but I wanted to know. It doesn't matter if it's like, oh, oh, I'm so great. you're my
Yeah, I just took it that
cousins,
she knew him. They
but
were friends.
they were friends. He was a cop, and the
Yeah.
and the daughter, but were they friends from school? Did they, because
See, that
if it
didn't
was just
bother me.
like, oh no, yeah, there was some just a little tidbit of even when she was with him to say, "Oh, I'm, really glad, even though we've been friends for a long time, I really appreciate you taking me in." Something like that to go, "Oh, okay, they're longtime friends," or, he knew her brother or something. I don't know, but that was the only thing that kind of bugged me. So I gave the story an 8. I still thought it was a really good story, but that was a one open piece that I want more of an answer to.
I'm gonna have to go higher.
That's fine.
I'm gonna go 9.
Okay,
See, that didn't bother me.
that's fine. It didn't bother me enough to really go.
Right.
It really tanked the score. I was just kind of like, okay, who are these guys? And how did she move it? Because the sister's gone. And I'm thinking, okay, she's moving in with the sister to hide.
Right.
But no, she's moving with these guys. And I understand why, because the husband doesn't know them.
Right.
So, and, I know what it's like to run away from an abusive husband. So it's, it's something that I dealt with as a child. But so I get the fact that that they had to be someplace where the husband wouldn't know where they were. And apparently that didn't work either. Okay, so let's go with the thriller aspects, and that's intensity, pace, and suspense. So first, let's talk about the intensity. I think um,
Yeah.
I think the intensity builds as the movie goes
Yeah.
on. It gets
It keeps
more and
going
more
just a
intense
little
as
bit at a
as
time.
things start happening. And I actually kind of put it like Paranormal Activity in this fashion because it starts out small with little things, right?
Hmm.
So, um, something's moved. She thinks that someone's there, so she turns and there's nothing there, and then you see the
It
breath
builds.
outside, and it builds. So there's a little bit here, a little bit there,
Hmm.
and then as it gets closer and closer to the end, shit starts going down, and then like
Hmm.
all kinds of crazy stuff happens, and then it gets like outrageous,
Hmm.
and then it goes down again
And that's
to
what I
fin
like.
to finish the end because it's like it apexes and then goes,
Hmm.
okay, everything's solved. I'm gonna
Little
confront
breather.
and then okay, and then it starts to build again until it gets to the end. So yeah, I enjoyed the intensity here. I
I do
thought it
too.
was really good. So I gave it a 10. I thought
I would
I thought it
give
was
it 10 too.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. And I haven't. I can't think of a movie in the last 5 years like that where it just like keeps going and then
Yeah.
it's like it explodes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like it just
I can't
it
think of one.
because I like different types of intensity. I like something, but I really like it when it starts out little and it
Hmm.
builds and builds and builds and builds and then erupts like a volcano and then dies down
Yeah.
and then starts to build again. It's really cool, and I enjoy that a lot. And because there's other things like it can blow up in the beginning and then peter out a little bit and then kind of blow up again,
Yeah.
but to have it just kind of slowly escalate as
Yeah.
as you get to as you're watching the movie and you get to understand what's going on, that's when things start to pick up.
And I think Elizabeth Moss's acting is what really drives it home for me because we said it earlier. You feel
Yeah,
the
you feel her
fear.
unraveling. She's
Yeah.
just yeah,
She
because
plays
she's
it
like
perfectly.
she's like, is he dead? Am I losing my mind? What's going on? And
Hmm.
and you're thinking that too. You got to be losing your mind. There's nobody there. I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
And then you start seeing things, and you're like, oh, maybe she's not as full of shit as we
Hmm.
thought, but no one else is seeing this.
She's
So
fantastic at this.
yeah, she did a great job.
Yeah. And I think
Um,
she's, of course, carries that movie.
yeah, yeah, no, I agree. But I mean, it's really solely about her. The
Yeah.
other the other people are just like window dressing.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Um, um, So, because the daughter has a little bit, and then her dad has a little bit, and the brother has a little bit, and the sister has a little bit, but nobody is like full on. Even the husband, even the antagonist in the movie, I mean, he's not really there the whole time.
You know,
So it's really focusing on her and how she's reacting to whatever situation she's in, and I thought
there's
that was really cool. So,
there's a scene in the movie
yeah.
that I don't know why I noticed it, and I really liked it the last time I watched it. And I don't know why I like it. It's just that scene of her running, and you see her on somebody's security camera. I don't know why I like that addition to it. You're like,
Hmm.
this chick is scared. She's beeline it down the street, and I don't know why that just stuck with me. That's
Yeah.
that one little scene. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It just I was like, oh, I just like that little addition in there.
Hmm. Okay. So pace of the film, I thought it slowed down a couple times.
Mm-hmm. It
So
does.
I give the pace a 7.
I was gonna say 8.
Okay. Because yeah, I have the scores fresh in my mind from when I
Mm-hmm.
when I reviewed it after I watched it. Um, so the suspense again, I think the suspense here is really good.
Yeah.
It it's almost instantaneous once you get the gist that the husband's dead. Then the suspense really picks up,
Yep.
and it stays all the way through. The
Mm-hmm.
intensity builds and goes past it, but the suspense is like almost instantly after,
Yeah.
because she thinks, oh, everything's okay, and then she starts sensing stuff. She starts okay, like a frightened chihuahua, or someone that's
Mm-hmm.
normally used to being prey has that sense about them to where they can tell when they're being threatened
Yeah.
without even really knowing that anyone's there. And
Again, that goes back to her amazing acting in
yeah,
this.
yeah, and Elizabeth Moss did a great job
Mm-hmm.
conveying that, because it was like she's doing some stuff on the couch or something, and all of a sudden, boom, she just looks like instantly she knows that someone's
Yeah,
watching
like when
her.
she's putting her clothes away or something in her
Yeah,
bedroom, and she
yeah,
knows there's
with that
someone there.
little closet or something, and
Mm-hmm.
she's instantly turns like there's someone watching me. I know it. And like
Mm-hmm.
I said, it kind of, that kind of thing kind of reminds me of Paranormal Activity, to
Yes.
where
And I
is
never
it a
put that together
ghost?
just until you
Yeah.
said that earlier.
Yeah, is it a ghost? And then it's building and stuff like when she spreads the coffee grounds on the floor. And I'm thinking,
Oh,
oh, that's just like Paranormal Activity,
uh
to
huh.
where she's trying to spot like footprints, like somebody walking toward her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I have movies where, you know, almost like that, like Sleeping with the Enemy, only the husband actually dies and becomes a ghost and tortures the wife. And there's one that I have with Famke Jensen called 100 Feet. That's really good, and it's like that. So that's what that kind of reminded me of. So getting to the suspense, I gave it a 9.
Yeah, I'm happy with the 9.
Um, okay, so now as a psychopathic thriller, we look at the psychopathy of the whole thing, and that's basically how her mind was being messed with the whole way.
For me,
And
that's a 10.
I'm at a 10 for that for
Yeah.
sure, because it was just epic. It was really good, and it was all her. It was
Mm-hmm.
all her facial expressions and the stuff that she was saying and
Yeah.
how she was saying it, how she was moving. It just really, yeah, you could tell
Yeah.
that she was just going nuts.
Yeah.
Um,
I would like to know the training or the research she put in to um, into battered women or abused women. I would
mhm,
really like to know what she
yeah,
did for role preparation for that.
yeah. And then the last thing is a twist,
Yeah, yeah,
and I
I'm
think
a,
there's a pretty good twist
yeah.
with the brother. I thought that was
Mm-hmm.
a really good twist. That
I'm I'm gonna add an 8 for it.
okay. I'm at
Yeah,
an 8 also, because I thought that was a good
it
thing,
was.
and it kind of leads to that whole, oh, it was the brother all along. Shoo. And then the intensity goes down, and you're
Mm-hmm.
thinking, oh, the brother was doing this whole thing, and and she's like, no.
Yeah, he ain't. Yeah.
She's just instantly like, no, that's no.
Yeah.
He manipulated him, and they find him in the basement. The husband's in the basement, all tied up and stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's funny. But yeah, so we're
Yeah.
at an 8 on that.
It's such a good movie. I own it on the regular 4K with slip, and then the 4K steelbook. So
Nice.
the nice 4K steelbook.
Yeah. Now I have the Blu-ray with slip, and yeah,
That's the same
I'm
cover for
yeah, I'm very
4K.
glad I have that. It's
Yeah.
really cool. Um, all right, movie number 2. Let's see what we got. Let's switch and do one of
$5 if it's a
mine.
thriller.
That's a pretty good bet. All right, Twister.
Oh, I love this movie.
Okay, 1996. It is my all-time favorite disaster movie. And I consider disaster movies part of the thriller genre because they're intense. There's stuff happening. It's suspenseful. It's ramping up. Things are going on. So yeah, I just kind of put disaster movies all in that thriller
Mm-hmm.
category. So let's go with the cast. You
Okay, we got
got oh
Bill
my God,
Paxton,
you got Bill Paxton, rest in peace. You got Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt, Seymour
You
Hoffman.
got you got Philip Seymour Hoffman. You got Carrie was the guy
Yeah.
from Princess Bride. Sorry,
Yep.
but,
Yeah.
but at least you know who he is now.
Yeah.
And
I know who he
Saw,
is.
he
Yeah.
was in Saw. Um, so
And I recognize
I who else?
the
Oh, and
grandma,
Jamie Gertz. I recognize Jamie Gertz,
the girlfriend.
the girlfriend.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
So
at a
it's a
10.
10. Yeah. When I recognize the grandma's face,
Oh,
I don't know her
the
name.
aunt or
Yeah, aunt. Yeah, I just said
yeah,
grandma. Yeah, I don't know her name.
yeah. I recognize the dad in the beginning that dies.
Mm-hmm.
I recognize him. Um, but yeah. Oh no, Alan Ruck, who's Cameron in the Ferris Bueller movie.
Oh yeah,
He's in there,
there he
and
is.
Scott Whalen. I don't know. I didn't know his name, but I recognize his face. So yeah, I'm way out of 10.
Yeah, we're at 10 on
Um,
this.
okay, so acting.
Rest in peace, Bill Paxton. Sometimes he's not the greatest actor.
No,
So, um,
there, you know,
Helen Hunt is good 85% of the time.
yeah,
So I'm gonna for acting on this. Um, rewind. Philip Seymour Hoffman, I think is great in this.
yeah,
He's a stoner dude. He
yeah. He's just this goofball dude,
yeah,
and
carefree.
it's so funny. When I first watched this movie, I looked at Philip Seymour Hoffman, and I was like, that dude's gonna hit big.
Yeah, I could see
I
people
was
saying
like,
that. Yeah,
I see an Oscar in his future. It's like that dude's gonna hit big.
yeah,
Um, and they were like, really? He plays just like this dork, and I'm like, yeah, but you see how he's doing it?
yeah,
You believe every second of that.
yeah.
Um,
For
but
me,
yeah, there,
this
yeah,
cast in this movie, because I'm gonna go 7
yep,
for
I'm at a
acting.
7 too. Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. Um, okay, so what'd you think of the trailer for
I think the
Twister?
trailer's fantastic. If you
It's
saw
funny.
that at that time, you were
Yeah.
going to see that movie in the theaters.
Oh yeah.
There's no
You were
if
absolutely
and or
going to see
buts.
that, and it was at the time where they had the narrator going
Mm-hmm.
in a time when the storm was hitting. And it was
Yeah,
like, and you're like, oh yeah, come on. It was
yeah.
yeah, it was so good. I did not read the box for, and I'm kind of thinking, do we need to read the box anymore?
No,
I'm
tornado
I don't
hits.
yeah.
Yeah,
I tornado hits, boom, everybody yeah, because I'm the box really isn't helping us as far as points go.
yeah.
So I think that watching the trailer
10.
is cool. I think that's good enough. Um, so anyway, so for the trail, you know what? I'm gonna go 9. I
I
thought the
said 10.
trailer really,
I love that trailer.
yeah, because I love that trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Something about 90s trailers, man. Oh, you get a phone call.
I'm getting a phone call. It's my cousin. She should know I'm on. my podcast. Um, anyway, okay, the ending of this, I think is, I think it's phenomenal
Yeah, it's
because you
great.
get the huge tornado and the stuff, and they get the sensors go through, and they get all the readings, and everything's hunky dory, and Bill and Helen get back together, and
Yeah,
it ends exactly how I
mm,
wanted it to end. So yeah, I'm at
and
a
there's
10.
closure.
And there's closure.
Yeah.
They win, they get and the whole thing. Helen Hunt's character survives the F5, which killed her dad.
Hmm.
It all comes full circle and finishes. So yeah, I'm down. I'm down for a 10 on that.
Yeah, 10. Now, question about now every time when you see a tornado on footage or no matter what it is, you automatically hear that twister
Yeah,
effects. No
you hear
matter
that?
what movie it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm automatically going, okay, is that an F2, F3?
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm trying to gauge it by looking at
Right.
the tornado because yeah, I've had one land. I mean, we in California we don't get too many tornadoes and
We
they're
get
not
them
very
all the
big.
time. All the
But
time.
we'll get like F1s or F2s, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh hey, there's a tornado. I mean, but usually we get dust devils. That's as big as it
Yeah.
gets. It's like, um,
Yeah, we get tornadoes here.
but yeah, no, I imagine you would. Okay, so let's talk about the story.
The story's great.
I think the story's great.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's simple because you
Yeah.
got the husband and wife. They go through some trouble. They get a divorce. He moves away. He's got to come back, get her to sign the divorce papers with his new girlfriend, and they're chasing tornadoes, and he kind of gets involved again, and they
Hmm.
realize how much they felt for each other. Blah blah blah, yakety smackety. No real holes, no real.
Yeah.
So, but it was really simple.
And
So
for simple,
yeah,
that's why I'm not going to give it a 10.
no,
You know,
that's why I'm not going to
that's
give it
probably
a
about an
10 either.
8.
Yeah, I think I'm at an 8. I completely agree with that. Okay, let's talk intensity. This is one of those movies that raises in intensity every time a tornado hits.
Hmm.
It's and then every time a tornado hits, it gets bigger or it gets worse, and and shit starts happening, and you're going, okay. Um, so I love the intensity here.
I do too.
Um,
It's not a
and
10 though.
I think I'm at a 9.
Yeah, I'm at a 9 too.
Yeah. I mean, it does get really intense, but like I said, it's like interval training where you're like
Hmm.
doing a 30-second sprint and then you're walking for a mile and then you do another sprint. It's kind of like that to where it's like, okay, they
Yeah.
settle down just a little bit and things are okay, and then oh, storms happening, they go in, and then it starts to ramp up when they're chasing the when they're going after the tornado and they're
Yeah.
driving on the road and doing all these crazy stuff, and your intensity starts
And the
building,
cow.
and the
The
cow
cow.
goes by, and the truck spins around, and the other truck flies up and lands
Yeah.
in front of the girl. I dug that, but yeah, it was like slow your pace, get your heart rate
Hmm.
down a little bit, and then boom, there's something else, and then slow heart rate, boom, and then it
Yep.
blasts you again. So yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Okay, pace of the film.
I had no problems with it.
No
For the
problems with
pace.
the pace. I liked how they did
No.
it. They
Yeah.
deliberately did it. Thanks, Jerry. Really appreciate that. Um,
I'm about an 8 for the
I think I'm an
pace.
8. I think I'm at an 8 on the pace.
Yeah.
I think that's solid. The suspense. I like the suspense because you're like,
Hmm.
okay, are they going to get hurt? Is the thing going to
Yeah.
go off?
Well, you
You know,
knew Bill Hunt, Helen Hunt, and Bill Paxton weren't going to die. It was
no, you
just
knew
the
you
people
knew they
around
were
them you
going
didn't
to
know.
live and they were going to solve the thing. But
Hmm.
was Carrie Elwes and his like
Yeah.
the bad guy team, the ones that are in it
Yeah.
for the money, are they going to die or is something going to happen to them?
Hmm.
Um,
True
and
that.
so I liked that, and then I liked, okay, what was the tornado going to do? Is
Yeah.
where my suspense was. So yeah, I think I'm at an 8 for
Yeah.
the
I was going to say
suspense.
7.
Okay.
I really like that. When the over the is it the underpass?
Yeah,
Yeah. I dug that scene too. I
yeah,
like that.
I like that too. When they're under the bridge and the truck backs up and then
Hmm.
slams into them, and then
Hmm.
and then flies up, and then
Yeah.
the board, and they're all holding on to the thing. That was pretty cool. But yeah, the whole thing at the end where they wrap that belt
Oh,
around them.
yeah.
Uh, to that pipe that was like 30 feet in the ground so they could survive, and they're just like hanging upside
Yeah.
down,
And you
and
see
you're
them
looking
all
up into
like,
the funnel of the thing. That was bad.
yeah,
That was so cool.
yeah.
Okay, so now we're talking about a disaster movie. So the first thing I look for is the disaster itself. And this is part special effects. This is part how did the disaster look? How did it affect
Dude,
things?
I'm at a 10 on
Yeah, this
this.
is absolutely a 10.
Yeah. It looked
Uh,
so real for the time. I mean,
yeah.
it looked fantastic.
Yeah. And then the other thing is how epic was it? So
Oh,
it's
very
almost
epic.
like it was very epic, but it wasn't global. It wasn't
No.
like another disaster movie we're going to talk about. So it wasn't like a global threat or an extinction level event or something like that that was affecting the planet. It was just affecting this one area and affecting really these people because they were trying to get in the middle of it. But yeah, I think I'm at a 9 because I really
Yep.
liked
Perfect
for
number
that
9 too.
concentrated area. It was really dangerous for them and
Hmm.
what they were dealing with.
And the fact that they had to drive from town to town, I like too.
Yeah,
And that's what made it realistic. It was following a cell. Um, it wasn't just like all in one area. You know what I mean? To me, that would have took me out of it.
yeah. That was the thing. They would go to one thing and there nothing was going on, and they're like, oh crap. So and
Hmm.
then all of a sudden, oh, something's about to hit. We could drop everything and go. And
Yeah.
then they're running through the wood, going through the woods, or
It was a
taking weird
cornfield,
road.
wasn't it? Yeah, it was
Yeah,
cornfield.
they were going through a cornfield and they came out right where the other team was, and I thought
Hmm.
that was funny. And there was a lot of good humor in this too. I thought
Yeah, I thought the
there was
humor
a
was
lot of
great.
good fun. Um, yeah, with the cow, and then with the girlfriend being a sex therapist or a reproductive therapist, and she's talking about penises and stuff while they're
Yeah,
doing this thing. That was
and I
pretty
like
cool.
the banner between Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton.
Oh yeah,
So
I
good.
mean you can tell
Hmm.
that they were made for each other,
Yeah, it
and
was good.
yeah. All right, movie number 3 is Gone Girl.
Oh, I love this movie. I love this movie.
Yeah, so good. This is another crime thriller. It's 2014. And oh man, yeah, I really like this movie. So let's talk about the cast. So you got
Ben
Ben
Affleck,
Affleck, of course. You got Rosamund
Doogie
Pike.
Howser,
Um,
um,
yeah, Neil
Neil
Patrick
Patrick
Harris.
Harris.
Yeah,
Um, I think I'm at 6 then. That's it.
yeah. Who else? Tyler Perry's in it.
Oh yes, I forgot about him. Yes, it was
Um,
8.
and Kim Dickens, I know from Fear the Walking Dead. So I don't
Yeah, I didn't know her
know.
name, so that's the one.
I
I'm
don't
a
remember
9.
Celia Ward being in that. So I'm not going to give that a point because I don't remember her in the movie.
Yeah, I'm at a
Okay,
9.
well anyway, I'm at a 10. So
I'm at a 9.
okay,
Oh, this movie just fantastic.
okay, acting. I think the acting's
10.
really good. It's really good.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go 9 though, but I think it's really good.
Yeah, I think this is one of Ben Affleck's better roles.
Yeah. Again, character driven. I think
Hmm.
him and Mark Wahlberg are kind of in the same boat, where if there's more special effects and junk, they don't do as well.
Yeah,
But if it's a character driven movie, they can actually do the part pretty
yeah,
well. Okay, so plot. Let's talk about the trailer.
I loved
Uh,
it.
Trailer's good.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
totally
not a
jazzed
10
about.
trailer.
No, I'm maybe
I'm
an
about an
8.
8.
Yeah,
Yeah, 8.
yeah. It was good. It made me want to watch the movie for
Yeah,
sure.
oh yeah.
Um, because it reminded me of
Okay.
there was a it reminds me of there was a Peterson trial where there was a guy that was accused of
Hmm.
killing his wife,
Yep,
and went through all that and then this came out, and I was like, oh dude, this reminds me so much of
it
that
does.
trial,
That trial
and
was national news.
yeah. So okay, so let's talk about the ending.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
I liked it too. It was like
Yeah,
I don't know if I expected it to end that way. I don't think I
yeah,
did. I think I expected it to go a different
I
direction,
do too.
and that's what I liked about it.
Yeah, it's not a 10,
No, I think I'm at a
an
9.
8. Oh, I was gonna say 8.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think I was yeah. I liked it a little bit more than I thought I would. Um and then the story.
I love the story, man. You're like, did this dude really do it? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Well, and that's the whole thing is the, you know, did he do it? And then you get a kind of hint that he did do it, and then you kind of hint that he didn't do it, and
Yeah.
it kind of it ping pongs you back and forth through the whole movie to
Until you
where you're
see her
like,
driving that car.
yeah, and then you're
Yeah.
like, oh, dude,
This dirty little shithead.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, and that's where I was like, that's why I like the ending so much.
Yeah.
So the story, I'm gonna go 8.
I'm gonna go 9.
Okay, okay, intensity. This is a slow burn,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm definitely going to give higher points for the suspense here.
Yeah.
But I
I'm
think
at 7.
I think that's a good score. I think I might
Yeah.
be there too. Because the intensity just kind of simmers,
Yeah.
and then it goes up a little bit and comes back down. But it just kind of
Yeah.
simmers through the whole thing, just a slow boil and all the way through, and then you get that thing at the end, and
Yeah.
it jacks up. So yeah, I think a 7's great. What do you think of the pace of the film?
It's kind of slow.
It's kind of slow. This is,
Yeah.
and like I said, it's a slow burn. So
Mm-hmm.
you got to be ready for that, and I think it hurts the pace a little bit. So I'm
It
actually
does.
at a 6
I
for the
would stay
pace.
with my 7.
Okay,
Yeah. I think it could have been trimmed. A little bit could have been trimmed out.
I think so too. Or they could have thrown something in there to make it a little bit more
Yeah.
impactful instead of it really just being kind of a just focused on Ben and is he the killer or isn't he
Mm-hmm.
the killer? They could have done some other stuff, and I can't say what, but yeah, they could have trimmed the fat a little bit and
Yeah.
shortened that, and I think tightening it up, and it would have been a lot better. But the suspense, I'm at a 10.
I agree.
It's
100%.
absolutely
10.
a 10 for me. Um, and then as a crime thriller, the crime element, killing the wife and then going through all the stuff, and then the whole with the insurance policy
Yeah.
and the stuff like that. So
All that stuff in the closet,
yeah,
in the garage.
I think I'm at a 9
Yeah. I'm at a 9.
for the crime itself, for what happened and then
Yeah.
how it kind of played out with the detectives and all that. I thought that was really good. And then the last thing is the twist, and I'm at a 10 for the
Yep.
twist. I thought it came. I was like, I thought for sure he killed her,
Me too.
and I was like, I know he killed her. I know he because you know the whole thing with the Peterson trial. I was like, I know
Mhm.
he killed her, and that's
Yeah.
how this movie built. And then you get that thing at the end, and I was like, oh, you bitch.
You're
Um,
right.
so yeah, nice. All right, let's go to our next movie.
Man, we're going through these quick.
I think we are. We're only at 40 minutes, and
What's up,
we've
Dell?
done we've done 3 movies. Hey,
Thanks, Dell.
Dell.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks for jumping in.
You're always so supportive. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, and speaking of which, we were missing somebody on our stream last night on Instagram. The one that's always trying to jump in and join the
Oh,
videos.
yeah.
That Muhammad guy, and
Yeah.
I was like, and I didn't see him
I didn't see him.
yesterday.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, I wonder if maybe he's just kind of done, or maybe he's
Yeah.
taking a break. But
Yeah, you
we'll
don't
see.
know.
But anyway, so the next movie we'll do is Spy Game.
Nice. I'm so glad you picked this because this
God,
was sitting in.
love this movie. I absolutely
Yeah.
love this movie. Um,
It's been a long time. I bought it, like I said earlier, I bought it on Voodoo. It was on sale for $5. And I never watched it after I bought it. And I'm
oh
so glad you did. It's so good.
yeah, no, this is absolutely
Fantastic.
one of my
Yeah.
favorite movies. Um, my number 2 thriller of all time,
Oh, really?
and yeah, it's there's only one thriller I like more than this one. It's just um, That's awesome. Okay, so let's
Yeah.
talk about the cast. You got the two main dudes.
Brad Pitt's bad.
You got
Yeah.
Robert Redford and Brad Pitt, and that should be an 8 just by itself because those two are just. It was. It almost
Mm-hmm.
seemed like a passing of the torch because
That's what
Robert
I took it.
Redford was the like the main heartthrob, great actor guy in the 80s and 90s, and then this was
Yeah.
2001, um, and then here comes Brad Pitt, and
Yeah.
he's kind of taken over, and he
They'll
becomes
definitely
the
check it out if you can find it to rent
yeah.
somewhere or somewhere stream it. It's a good movie, man.
But yeah, so we talk about who else is in this. So Catherine McCormick is the girl, and I remember her by face,
I knew it by
um,
face. That was it.
but not by name. So that's 5. I
Yeah.
recognize Robert Redford's secretary. That's Marianne Jean Baptiste.
I didn't
So
know
that
who that
makes it
was.
a 7 for me, because she was in one of the CSIs, and I watched her all the time on that series. She was awesome. I think it was CSI. And then yeah, Paul Michael Chan. Recognize him by
Mm-hmm.
face. And
I'm at a 5.
okay, I think I'm at
So
a 9. Colin Stinton. I recognize him by face too, but not by name. So,
yeah.
so I'm at a 9, 5. So rounds out to 7. Now it's okay that you haven't seen Spy Game, bro. It
Yeah, but you
really,
have to go see it, man.
but check it out if you get a
Yeah,
chance. It's worth it.
it definitely is.
Okay, so acting, I'm at a 10.
10.
It
Yeah.
is so good. Those two guys,
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Um,
But given Robert Redford's an amazing actor, but Brad
yeah,
Pitt's performance in this is
yeah,
outstanding.
so good.
Yeah.
So interesting though, never got an Oscar nomination or nothing.
That's
It
surprising
was
to
it
me.
was nominated for a satellite award and some other stuff. It was nominated for 3 awards, never won anything. I really think this was a snub at the Oscars that year. I think this
I
this
can
could
see
have
that.
easily been nominated for something, screenplay or something, because
Acting.
acting. I love how this was written. It was so good.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about the plot. Let's talk about that trailer that we watched
Yeah.
because I was laughing. I saw
Mm-hmm.
intensity. I saw
Yeah.
um, there was comedy, there was fear, there
Mm-hmm.
was adulation, there was like conflict between the two guys. So I
And
was
I
like,
like that
dude,
they included my favorite scene in the movie in that
yeah,
trailer. It's a little snippet of it.
yeah,
I love it.
yeah,
I'm at a
totally,
10.
totally cool. Yeah, I'm at a 10 too. I think they,
Bro.
you know, without giving too much away from the movie, they made
Mm-hmm.
me go, okay, there's so much in here that I definitely need to see it. And that's how it was when I first saw the trailer. I was like, and this trailer was only a minute long when we
Yeah.
watched it. I was
And
like,
that's
dude,
the
that
way
was
movie
perfect.
studios should be do the trailers now.
Yeah.
Instead of giving everything away in the
Don't
trailer.
give everything away. Just kind of,
Mm-hmm.
that's why they have the teaser trailer, but give
Mm-hmm.
us a little bit more than the teaser, but don't give
Yeah.
us too much so the movie's spoiled to where I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. And then, so sometimes with movies nowadays, I don't even watch the trailers because
Yeah.
it would ruin the movie for me.
I watch the
Um,
teaser. That's all I need to see.
yeah, give me the
You
teaser.
give me the
Okay, I'll
teaser.
see that.
Yeah.
Or if I go, oh, it's God, what is it? If it's another, like another sequel, like if it's John Wick 4, I have not seen the trailer for John Wick 4. I don't care. I'm gonna go see it because it's John
Yeah.
Wick 4. I
Yeah.
and I know that Donnie Yen's in it. That's all I care about right now.
Yeah.
Don't I'm not no, I do not want to watch the trailer for it. Um, okay,
Kyle
so
mentioned it to me, and
let's
I
talk about the
actually came out
ending.
like, oh shit, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see it. I ended up having to see it because they showed it um, when I went to the movies last time. I think it was for not for Love and Thunder, it was something else, but they
Bullet
showed a
Train.
trailer for it. Um, gosh, what is it that? Oh yeah, for Bullet Train.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a trailer for John Wick 4 and Bullet Train. I was like, what was the last one I saw? And it was Bullet Train. Okay, so let's talk about the ending for Spy Game. And again,
I loved it.
I'm at a 10. At
10.
all,
Yeah.
it everything that the whole thing answered.
Yeah.
and ended so well.
And the swagger Robert Redford had.
Just yeah, Robert Redford driving off in his Porsche, and he
Yeah.
was just like, "I'm done." And they had no idea he played the
Mm-hmm.
entire CIA.
Mm-hmm.
The whole movie, he played that whole team.
Yep.
So good. And then gave one little tidbit so that Brad Pitt would know that it was Robert Redford that got him
Yeah.
out,
Yeah. I love that.
and it was
Because he
beautiful.
looked, he's like, yeah.
Yeah, and this brings it to the story. And again, I'm at a 10 for the story because it's
Mm-hmm.
so good.
Yeah.
Because he's got this planned from the beginning, from the jump. As soon as he kind of knows what's going on, he's already planned the entire chess game
Yeah.
with the CIA, with the SEALs, with what's going on uh, with the other people in the office, especially with his boss who doesn't trust him, and
Yeah.
and
And
they bring
I
him
love
in.
how he incorporated his ex-wives.
Yeah,
And I love that. I don't know something about that. I liked.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, incorporated his ex-wives, and then he was like,
You're like, wait a minute.
you know,
It took him a
hey,
little bit to.
yeah. Then they're like, how many wives does he have? I was like, I don't know. It was like, yeah, my second ex-wife, and then he's calling the mission in the conference
Yeah.
room, and
Mm-hmm.
he's like, dinner out as a go,
Yeah.
and they're like, no wonder he's got three ex-wives. talking to
Yeah.
his wife like that.
Yeah.
So good. I'm absolutely
Yeah. It's definitely a 10.
okay. Intensity.
There's a little.
There's
It's
there's
not a
some
lot.
there's not a lot of intensity. I'm actually I'm a little low here.
I'm on a
It's
7.
not a simmer. I'm at a 7,
Yeah.
but kind of like you're going okay. I know Brad Pitt's character is in a Chinese prison and they're trying to get him out, but I think the intensity falters a little bit because Robert Redford is not tense at
No,
all
he's
during the
so
movie. He
cool.
is so
Yeah.
cool during the movie. Like he knows exactly what he's gonna do. Every piece is laid out, so it's like Tom Brady in the fourth quarter. He's gonna come in and he's gonna take Atlanta and cover the
Mm-hmm.
28 point spread and win the game. Robert Redford was just cool as a cucumber, and it actually hurt the intensity of the movie because I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he's gonna win. I can tell right
You
now he's
know
gonna
it.
win because he's
Yeah.
he's so he's so badass. He's just like doing
Love
it.
that.
Okay, the pace of the film, and I love this pace because even when he's in the conference room, he's talking, he's working,
Mm-hmm.
and he's on the phone, he's working, and then you kind of get the backstory, you get the flashbacks and stuff for how he trained him because he's telling the story in the conference room, and I really
Yeah.
liked how that built. So I think I'm at an 8.
I'm gonna say 9.
Okay,
I'm gonna go 9 because I really
I'm
dug it.
I dug it too,
Yeah. Oh, you
but
know, I
it wasn't balls out, but it didn't need to be.
mm-mm. I would have liked. I want to know more about Robert Redford's character.
Right.
You know, I just want a little bit more. Just give me something.
Yeah,
You
give
know?
me there was a little bit, but you didn't know if it was a lie or not.
Right.
Because I
Right.
was like, because he would tell Brad Pitt's character little tidbits about him
Mm-hmm.
starting with the agency, but
Mm-hmm.
you didn't know if he was full of shit. You didn't know if he was lying
Yep.
because you can't tell in the movie. You can't tell if he's
Yeah.
lying or serious, and
And that's what
uh,
made it so good.
that was what made it so good. Okay, so the
Mm-hmm.
suspense. This is where I like the suspense here. It was
Mm-hmm.
it was
Yeah.
really suspenseful because you're going, okay, how is he going to do this? And that's
Yeah.
where my suspense. How is he going to get this out so that because they were not going to save Brad Pitt's
No.
character. They were just going to let him. They were just going to let him fry.
Listen. Yeah.
Um, and the girl, and
Yeah. They
Robert
didn't care
Redford's
about the
like,
girl.
he didn't even, and he wasn't even saying what he was doing. He was just like, oh here, burn this, call this number, and
Mm-hmm.
then and he had it all.
Transfer
God,
this.
he had it all. Goes into the thing. Oh, I need a map of this and this, and then takes the guy's key card, and
Mm-hmm.
it was beautiful.
I'm
So
at a
yeah,
9.
I'm at a 9 for the
Yeah.
suspense. I think that's a perfect score.
Again,
And
I'm
then
glad you picked this.
me too. It's such a great movie. I want to go watch it again now. I
Do it.
I, I probably watch this a couple times a year. If I ever catch it on TV, I'll just sit there and watch it.
Oh, really?
And
See,
if
like I said, that's been sitting in my Voodoo probably 3 years. And I haven't watched it. And I'm so glad you did picked it
yeah,
because I would have never watched it probably another 3 years.
yeah,
You know,
no,
because it's
my
not a go-to.
my digital copy is right here. it's um, because it's the one where you download it
Oh
to your
yeah.
computer. It's not Voodoo, so it's the one where you
Mm-hmm.
download it, and it's on my laptop. So it's not on this laptop because
Well,
this one's only a couple years old. But yeah, I can. I don't know if I can get it again, but I have the Blu-ray, so I'm not worried about it.
right.
But so good. Okay, so the last two things because it's a spy thriller. First thing is we talk about the spycraft and what they did in the movie, and
I'm at a
dead
9.
dead gummit. Yeah,
Uh,
I'm trying to give it a 10. I really am. But yeah, I think I'm at a 9 also.
yeah,
And then the twist. And this is like how he
that's a
solves
10.
this. It's a 10. How
Mm-hmm.
he plays the CIA, he plays
Yep.
everybody and he
In that
and
whole
he
room.
everybody in that room is just fooled.
Mm-hmm.
And then he drives off never to be seen again.
Yeah. I
And
like
they're
how they think they have it
yeah.
with that transfer to the money transfer, and he said, "Oh yeah, it's this," and he shows them. I was like, "Oh, dude, that was good."
Yeah.
It
Well,
wasn't good. I
they
thought it
see the
was
map.
funny.
See, you're doing these maps of China, and he goes, "No, this is the Bahamas. I'm thinking about doing my retirement here." And the map's almost identical.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Yeah, so I was using it for personal things because I was trying to buy some land in the Bahamas for my retirement." And I was like, "Dude, he totally knew that that was coming."
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's gonna have a good score. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
go on a limb. I think this is my favorite movie that I rewatched out of the 10 that we picked because I just enjoyed it. It sucked me in. You
yeah.
know, I didn't touch my phone. You know what I mean when I was watching it. I was like,
And that's a good indicator if you're like, "Oh, let me see if I got any text messages."
mm-hmm.
Instead of instead of, "Oh, I'm just
I'm
in
in.
it."
You had me.
Yeah, you had
Mm-hmm.
me. Yeah, I got to say this is like I said, it's my number two, and it's my number two of the rewatches too. But yeah, it's one that I will watch over and over and over. I won't,
Yeah.
and I'll never get tired of it.
Brad Pitt's just so good.
Hmm.
I forgot how good he was because I went saw like I said we both saw Bullet Train and I was like damn I took Brad Pitt for granted because
Mm.
he was fantastic in that and then I watched Seven and this and I thought there's one more I watched with him in it and he's
Also,
good.
speaking of which, yeah, I got a couple of Brad Pitt movies in my list too.
Mm-hmm.
You got some Jake Gyllenhaal, and I got some Brad Pitt, and
Yeah.
that's kind of funny.
See, Brad Pitt to me is a movie star. He is not an actor. He's a movie star,
Yeah,
like Tom Cruise. You know, he can. His name alone gets people asses and seats,
yeah,
in my opinion.
yeah. You see a movie starring Brad Pitt, you're like, dude, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna go see that. Um, that's part of the reason why you
Yeah,
square the
no, it
cast.
is.
If I see, when I first saw this, I'm like Robert Redford and Brad Pitt. Hell yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bullet Train was awesome. I really enjoyed that.
I do
I
too.
don't know if I'd go see it again in the theater, but I'll definitely get the 4K.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
Um, okay, so two for you, two for me. We're almost an hour in. Let's
Man,
let's get to the
kicking
next one.
ass.
And the next one is Nightcrawler.
Oh, so good.
Yeah,
So good.
this movie is a trip. It's
Mm-hmm.
um, and I could almost call it a psychological thriller, but I went with a crime thriller because of all the stuff he did
Yeah.
film. Because there was, crimes being committed and things were going on,
Yeah.
and then he turned around and was doing stuff. Um, so let's talk about the cast. Again, you got Jake
All right.
Gyllenhaal,
Oh yeah, Jake. I said Nightcrawler. Jake Gyllenhaal, Rene Russo.
Renee Russo. She's really
Is that Bill
good.
Paxton in there too?
I think he's in it. Let
Yeah, he
me.
plays one of the cameramen. The original news. I thought.
Yeah, Bill Paxton's in it.
Yeah, so that's six.
Um,
Um,
I knew.
that's
Um,
only three that stand out to me.
there was the one Anchorman guy. I recognize him by his face,
Mm,
and um, yeah. So I'm at a 7.
I'm at a 6.
Okay.
If you guys haven't seen Nightcrawler, do yourself a favor. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So yeah. So let's go to the acting.
10.
I think I'm at a 9, but really good.
Not only Jake Gyllenhaal, but Rene Russo.
Yeah.
And this is fantastic.
Yeah. It was the guy that was with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one that I was like, he was good, but his acting really wasn't up
Right.
to that level. And so yeah, at that one, that's where I lost that point.
Is he the guy that was in the Sound of Metal?
I don't know. I haven't seen Sound of Metal.
Oh, you see Sound of Metal? Oh, that's fantastic. That's a good
Um,
movie. That's coming to Criterion soon.
yeah.
And he has another movie on Amazon.
Yeah, he's
That's
in
really
Sound of
good.
Metal.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Riz Ahmed.
Yeah. Well, then so that brings so
So
that
that brings you to a 7.
7. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I love Sound of Metal. I saw that was on Criterion. Pre-ordered that bad boy.
All right. So let's talk about the trailer when we saw the trailer.
Oh, the trailer's a 9 easily for
Yeah,
me.
I'm down for that. Good. Thanks, Del. Yeah, it's a really good movie. Yeah, I'm down for a 9 on that. And the ending. What do you think of the ending here?
I liked it. I'm at a 9 on that.
Okay. I think I'm at an 8. I liked it too. Um, this is one where I know I wanted it to end a certain way and it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I like it when it changes it up on me, but this time it wasn't quite where I wanted it to go.
Right.
Um, but still really good. And then the story.
I'm at a 9 on that too.
I think that's a good score. I think I'm giving it a 9 too. I like the story. I like how
I
it
did
built.
too.
I like how it played out. Where where it like he seems he's a good guy in the beginning.
Yeah.
It seems like he's kind of like he wants to make money. Of course, he's ambitious, but then it's like you can see him kind of unravel
Yeah.
as he was getting more and more greedy
Or was he
with,
already like that?
or was it like that in the
Yeah.
beginning and he
That's
just
the
put up
way
a
I
false
took it. He
front?
was already like that.
Yeah.
He was just
Yes, I thought of him as he was deteriorating as he was getting greedy and getting worse and worse and worse.
because he showed no remorse.
Right.
So
So he
that's what made me
basically,
think he
so
was
that mean
already
he
like
had to
that.
be a sociopath in the beginning. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense the way you put it.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, and he's acting. Oh, so good in this.
yeah. So what did we give it? We gave it a 9.
9.
The
Yeah.
story, right? Yeah, thought so. I just got to talking and I forgot to write it down. Okay. Intensity. And this is another one where the intensity builds.
Yeah.
So I'm
Hmm.
I'm a fan. I think I'm at a 9 also
Yeah.
for
I'm
the
a 9.
intensity.
Yeah.
Pace.
There's some slow spots.
Yeah. There's a couple slow
Um,
spots. And I'm gonna go 7, I think.
yeah. I'm happy with a 7. I agree. Dell. Gyllenhaal's one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's an amazing actor. He's
Hmm.
really good. Well, like yeah, between him and I, 3 of our top
Yeah.
10 thrillers are Jake Gyllenhaal, and
Hmm.
2 are Brad Pitt. So it's kind of
Yeah.
without knowing that we were doing it, we
That's
picked Jake
fine.
Gyllenhaal as one of
Yeah.
our favorite thriller actors. So um, okay, so let's talk about Suspense.
I think there's a good suspense in this.
Good. It's really good.
Hmm.
Um, I think I'm
Uh,
at an
uh,
8.
yeah. I was gonna say 8.
I think I'm at an 8. Um,
Yeah.
And then, okay, so as a crime thriller, we talk about the crime element. I think the crime element's good, especially when he kind of starts committing the crimes
Hmm. And
himself.
staging them.
It's he starts staging them himself. He starts doing stuff to the
Yeah,
bodies and doing things like that. I was like, okay, that was pretty
I'm
cool.
at a
So
10 from this.
I'm at a 9, but I was really
Yeah,
close. And then twist. Was there a point for you where it you thought it was going to go one way, but it went another?
yeah, the ending. Um,
Yeah, yeah. The ending for me too. It was just like,
I'm not.
but it
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I was like, but it didn't go in the direction I wanted it to, but
Hmm.
it did twist it on me, and you know I kind of like I like how Rene Russo's character played
Hmm.
that to where it was
She's good in this.
she was like I want
Yeah.
more, like she was feeding him,
Yes. Like she was like,
give me more danger, and
hmm,
then when he went too far and she was like nope, I'm out.
yeah,
It was and
yeah.
where it was just like she just shut him off and he was like
What the fuck?
and that he just blew his top and then everything
Yeah.
just kind of went to hell after that. um
I'm
so
at about an 8 on this.
yeah, I was just gonna say that I'm at
Yeah.
about an 8.
Yeah. I really dig this movie. I went through Jake Gyllenhaal watching spree at the beginning of the year. What was it? Maybe it was last year. I don't know. One of the two. I
Hmm.
watched a lot of movies. But yeah, I went through a lot. He's such a good actor.
And it's another 2014. You actually have well almost 3 movies because you have 2 from 2014 and 1 from 2013.
Oh wow.
But there was that, and that was your 2 Jake Gyllenhaal movies are right there within a year of each other.
Oh
So it was
nice.
like that period he was doing some really good
Yeah.
stuff. Um, but all right, let's go to the next movie.
This might be our fastest episode yet.
I wonder. Bone Collector.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. God, I love this movie. This is my number 3 favorite thriller of all time. All right, so yeah, let's talk about cast because
Denzel Washington,
we have Denzel Washington, we have Angelina
Angelina
Jolie,
Jolie, Ed
we have
O'Neill,
Ed O'Neill, Queen
Queen
Latifah.
Latifah. Um, I think I recognize one of the other cops.
Yeah, Luis Guzman
Yeah,
is one of the other cops. I think yeah, I'm at a 10.
yeah, that's it.
Acting.
I'm going to say this might be a hot take. I don't think Angelina Jolie's a good actress. Um,
I
she's
mean,
not acting.
she won. Just typed in acting on the screen. Um, uh, I mean, yeah. Aside from her winning, she won the Academy Award for Girl Interrupted, and she's she's done some good acting, but
No, yeah,
I think it has to be the perfect script and the perfect
yeah,
thing for her. I did like her in this, but I didn't love her.
yeah. So for me,
Uh,
acting wise, I'm at a 7 because Ed
okay,
O'Neill's not that great either.
now Luis Guzman is good. I think Queen Latifah was good.
Yeah,
I think the
she's
bad guy
fantastic.
was good.
Hmm.
Denzel was great, but he's
Denzel
always
could act.
great.
Yeah,
Denzel could act as a paraplegic and make it work, and he
yeah.
did.
That's what Dell just said. Ah,
Yeah, yeah. Solves crimes without leaving. That's right. And then and then Queen Latifah comes in and solves all the puzzles because she's a puzzle girl.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, I'm down for that. Um,
yeah,
okay, so you said 7, right, for
yeah.
acting? Yeah. Okay, so I'm at an 8. Okay. What'd you think of the trailer? I was totally
I
down for the
love the
trailer.
trailer.
Yeah, I think I'm at a 10 for the trailer because I really liked how that played out because you kind of got the gist of what was going on. You never see the killer. You see like bits of crime scenes and you see her like stopping the train and things like that. So I really liked how that played out. It also gave kind of the backstory of why Denzel Washington's in the
Hmm.
bed. So yeah, I dig that. So I was at a 10
Yeah,
for
I
the
agree.
trailer. And then the ending.
I'm at a 9.
Yeah, that's a good. I
Yeah, I'm
like
at a
that number.
9.
I liked how it played out. I thought it was a good ending.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little disappointed in the bad guy, but
Yeah,
because I was like, you're kind of a weenie, dude. It
yeah.
wasn't like, but the
The
way he
TV
was,
show does it better, I
yeah.
think. Than
I did not see the TV show.
it's worth watching.
I know it was canceled, right? They're not
Yeah, I
not
wanted
bringing it
more.
back.
I was like, oh
Yeah,
man.
I really wanted that to continue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Story. I think I'm at a 10 again for the story.
I'm gonna go 9.
I really love how it played out.
Mm-hmm.
Intensity.
Oof. Yeah,
It got really
yeah.
intense. It got
This
really intense,
I'm at a
especially.
10.
Yeah, I think I'm at a 10 for the
Yeah.
intensity. Really intense at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Just a great, you know, I don't think it ever really simmered. Once the crime started happening,
No,
it was like just boiling,
go go go.
and then it boiled over at the end with all
Yeah,
the trying to fight him, and then Denzel's trying to do stuff to him, and he's in the bed, and I was like,
yeah.
oh man, he's trying to get away or trying to fight him and stuff, and it was interesting. So yeah, I'm down for that. What do you think of the pace?
I like the pace.
I like the pace too.
Um,
I'm gonna go
I'm not
eight.
at 10. Yeah, I was gonna
I'm
say
not,
8.
I'm gonna go
I'm gonna
eight
say it's not a
because
10.
they're when they're like going to the crime scene, they're kind of they're building the suspense as you're
Yeah.
slowly going to the crime scene to see what's going on and to see
This
how
is where
they.
Angel Jolie's acting doesn't work for me in some of these
No,
spots.
yeah,
It's not believable. I mean, she seems stiff, if that makes sense.
yeah,
Um,
and I think I don't know. Maybe that was what she was going for,
I don't know.
but I don't
I
know.
hope not.
I hope not,
Yeah.
but because she's never done forensics before, so it was kind of new. Um, but then she's she's wearing this bulky
Yeah.
cop uniform, and then
You think she
she's
would have
and then,
changed
and then she finally or she wears the
the overall thing?
coroner coverall
Yeah.
thing. Um, I don't know. I just
Yeah.
yeah, I think pretty much anybody could have played Jolie's part, and it would have
Hmm.
been just as good, if not better. I wouldn't.
I'm gonna go
I
with
I
if not better.
I would have been. I mean, if it was
Yeah.
a no-name actress or whatever, but I think if they would have put someone else, like, say Anna Kendrick, they put someone like that in that position, I think she would have done an amazing job.
Yeah.
Um, or take anybody, but yeah, it was just they went for the name, they went for the
Yeah.
star power,
Yeah.
um,
And
and
this is
that
one of
does
the
that does well
stars
for
for
the
movies.
cast, but it kind of ruins
Hmm.
everything else. So let's talk about the suspense.
Ooh,
I,
I liked it.
I, I'm
It's a
I,
10.
I I'm at a 10 for the suspense.
Yeah.
It's so good, and it,
Hmm.
it it builds the way the crime scenes are, and you have to solve them, and the stuff's going on, and
This
yeah, it
made
was
me
just
never want to ride in a cab. Never.
nope.
Nope.
I've
Nope.
never ridden in a cab.
I
Dude.
did a couple times when I was in St. Louis, and nope,
Yeah,
I never do it again.
nope. Um, Now if I can't drive there, then I don't need to go. Um,
Right?
so another crime thriller. So the criminal element, again, I gotta say I'm out of 10 because I loved
Yeah.
how the crimes were, the detectives doing stuff, and how Lincoln Rhymes, how Denzel's
Yeah.
character played his role as a detective trying to solve stuff from his bed. I was down for that. It was so
That's a
good,
10. Yeah.
but not much of a twist. And getting to the twist part, there's not much of a twist because it's like you don't think that who the
Yeah. You
killer
know, it's just
is.
this one person.
It's just one person,
Yeah.
and they never really get to that. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
Del Road and Mini.
It
I
does.
I understand. Yeah, I live in California, and a small town in California. There's no cabs here.
I live in Iowa. I walk.
Yeah. Well, it's a little far for me to walk because I'm up the mountain, but
Yeah,
so I
that's true.
drive. I drive if I had a bike still, I would probably bike if I didn't, but then I wouldn't bike back because it would be uphill the other
Yeah.
way. So downhill and then get a ride back up. Um, but so yeah, I gotta go 6
Yeah,
for the
I was gonna say
twist.
5.
You're gonna go five? That's fine.
Yeah.
Because I kind of caught who the bad guy is like right before you see him, or just a little bit before. Because I was like, oh, I know who the bad guy is, and then he shows up, and you're like, okay, I
Yeah.
I knew it. I'm sorry that Queen Latifah died in the movie, but
Didn't she play
because
the Equalizer in the new Equalizer show?
yeah,
Right.
yeah, she's good too.
Mm-hmm.
I dig the show, and Dana Owens is her real name, and I've actually talked to her. She's a really great person. So
Oh, cool.
she's
How'd you
probably
meet
one.
her?
At the hotel I used to work at. So I used to manage a
Oh,
hotel, and it was back when she was more of a rapper than an actress, and she did a show at the county fairgrounds, and our hotel did all the stuff, all the stars that went to the fair.
oh,
We had
cool.
them, we housed them, and so she stayed one night, and she had just a shitload of luggage, um, and we had no bellman, so I took the stuff up there myself, and she didn't know I was the manager. So I walked up, and I had my bellman's cart just full of shit. Knock on her door. She opens up. She goes, "Damn!" and I and I was like, I go, "Yeah." I says, "You're only staying one night. What the heck?" She goes, "Don't mess with me, white boy." She let me go. So she actually pulled me in. I helped her unload, and she was an awesome person. She sat me
That's cool.
down. She sat me down. She gave me a soda from the mini bar. She called the front desk and said, "Hey, I'm keeping your bellman to." To rest for a little bit because I made him take all this luggage up, and they're like, "Oh no, he's the manager." so so she's like, "You're the manager?" And I says, "Yeah." She goes, "Why didn't you say anything?" I'm like, "You didn't ask." So I'm just taking
That's
the
awesome.
soda. But yeah, really cool person. We just talked for a little bit, and then yeah, I went back to work. And but yeah, she was like, "Don't call me Latifah, call me Dana. My real name is Dana." And I was like, "Cool."
That's cool.
So
It's always cool to
uh,
hear stories like that. That
yeah,
they're just
really
normal
really
people
cool
and they're
person. It's
kind.
yeah, I've met some great people, and I've met some real turds. Um,
Hmm.
and one of the worst people I ever met, and she passed away, so I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but Florence Henderson, one of the worst people I've ever met.
Florence
Um,
Henderson.
Mrs. Brady from the
Oh,
Brady Bunch.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She was an awful person. Made my front desk clerks cry.
Mm-hmm.
And I just confronted her, and I'm like, "You're not allowed to speak to my clerks anymore. You
Yeah.
want to speak to someone, you talk to me." I said, "You're getting your room for free. What are you bitching about?"
Yeah.
You've got the best suite in the hotel, and you just doing nothing but bitching the whole time, and you're here for free. She
Yeah.
goes, "Well, I'll never be back." I says, "Good, because I'm not getting any money from you anyway." Um,
Oh, damn.
just an awful person. But yeah, it's like Gallagher, and I met so many people, bands and recording artists and comedians and movie stars. The whole cast of Hot Shots Part 2 stayed in the hotel for a month,
Ooh.
so I got to talk to Charlie Sheen every day. Talk
Mm,
about a weird. That was a weird dude.
I bet.
He's a weird dude. But I was working graveyard shift at the time, doing the night audit, and so I would make coffee, and he'd come down at 4 in the morning and have coffee and sit and talk with me. Um, him and his bodyguard slash yoga instructor, whose name was Panther. Um, but yeah, I could talk about that all day long. Really cool stuff.
I
That
bet. We'll
that
have to talk about this off air
between
sometime.
that and the wrestling, I got to meet a lot of good celebrities and nice
That's cool.
people. So that was cool. All right, let's go to movie number 7.
Damn.
Yeah, we're just rocking on this one.
I think because all the movies were good.
Yeah, it's good. We're not having to um, convince each other of our scores. We're just like, dude, so good. So I think it's your turn because the last one we did was Bone Collector. So yeah, so you've got two more. You've got two more left. I got two more left. So end of watch. Jake
Oh, I love this
Gyllenhaal.
movie.
I love that you picked this one, bro. It's really cool. And I was like, oh man, and it's my favorite found footage movie.
Yeah.
Panther, Tiger's Blood, What's with Sheen and Big Cats, right? Okay, so let's talk about the cast
God.
on End
Michael
of Watch. So
Pena,
you,
Jake
um,
Gyllenhaal. Um, oh, her mind just went through my name. in my mind. I can't think of it now. Jane the Virgin.
Oh yeah, America Ferrera.
Oh yeah, America
Anna
Ferrera.
Kendrick's in it,
Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm at an 8.
and then David Harbour, who played the new
Oh
Hellboy,
yes, I'm a 10. Yeah,
and Frank Grillo's in it.
yeah, yeah. I forgot about
God, what
that.
a cast! So yeah, total
This
10 for
10.
me.
Yeah, yeah, it is though. It's one of my favorites.
That's
You know
yeah.
what? Michael Pena, dude. This dude, I don't know why he isn't getting A-list roles because what's up, Alex?
Hey,
Um,
Alex,
I don't know why he's not getting A-list roles because he is a fantastic actor. I
he's
don't.
a Swiss Army knife, dude. He can do any
Yeah,
role.
I mean, he's doing shitty ass roles like Tom and Jerry. And there's a new movie out he's in. It's supposedly shitty.
Yeah,
But I
but
don't
but
understand.
but he does The Martian, and he's really good.
Yeah,
And
I
even
mean,
though
he's
he's kind of a dork, he was in Ant Man, and
yeah,
I
but he's
like his character in
fantastic.
Ant Man.
Yeah,
He was fantastic. He
and
was
he does
so
good. He plays Cesar Chavez.
yeah.
Uh,
In
he's
the movie that I did
fantastic.
not get a chance to watch, but yeah,
That movie's fantastic.
and that
Yeah,
was that would have been he would be the lead role in that, right?
yeah, he's
Or
leading. He's,
yeah,
I mean, he's not funny, because he's not. It's not a funny
he's
role. It's a
not
serious
supposed to
role.
be funny. He's supposed to be like
Mm-mm.
a
A union
gosh,
role.
Cesar Chavez is like a Mother
Yeah.
Teresa Gandhi
For us
type
Mexican
dude.
people.
Yeah. Um, okay, so let's talk about the acting in this.
I am at a 10 on this.
Okay, I'm at a
Gyllenhaal knocks
nine.
it
I
out of
think
the
it's
park.
yeah, I think it's
Chaney
really
knocks it
good.
out of the park. And um, the bad guys, they do a good job
Yeah.
being bad guys.
Um, okay, so the plot. I gotta say that that trailer
That's a 10.
was awesome. That's a
But I'm,
10.
I'm at a 10 for the trailer.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
I saw that trailer, and it gave you. I I might have given a little too much away,
it
but
does. But I'm okay with it because I love that
yeah,
trailer.
I didn't mind it. It also gave you an idea of um, of what you were going to get in the movie. How it was mostly going to be
Yeah.
handheld cameras and the body cam footage, things like that.
Hmm. I agree,
Dell, you
Dale.
are
Yeah.
exactly right. And um,
Maybe he's an asshole behind the scenes. And people don't want to work with him. That could
I
be it.
can't see that though. I can't see
I
him
know. I
being.
can't either.
But
But that's the only
it's
thing I can
like
come up with.
it's like Stanley Tucci. Stanley Tucci is one of my guys that's like he can do any role. He's like a Swiss Army knife, but he's never the lead in anything.
Yeah.
But
No, he isn't.
if I see that he's in a movie, I will watch that movie.
Yeah.
Um, that's Eddie Pena reminds me of Stanley Tucci. I think those two are like right there for me with the roles that they play,
Yeah.
and they should be A list. They should
Yeah.
be leads, but they're not.
Mm. Yeah. I
And
don't
the
understand.
only thing I can think of is it's all about appearance.
That could be it too, man.
Because
They
Eddie
might not
Pena is
like us.
probably what he's probably 5'6".
Yeah.
Stanley Tucci's like bald, and he's not very big
Yeah.
either. He's kind of a short dude. I mean, unless you're Tom Cruise or Kevin Hart, you're not going to be an A-list guy and be
And I
short.
don't think Kevin Hart's an A-list guy, in my opinion. Just not
He's
hot
supposed
take.
to, and he's a hot ticket right now as far as comedies are concerned. But yeah,
But
I don't find him very funny at all.
no.
Um, okay, so let's talk about the ending. And
Oh,
I'm at a 10.
yeah. This is a
The
10.
ending of this is so epic.
And it's heartbreaking.
It is.
It's very heartbreaking.
It's dread level. It's
Almost sick to your stomach.
you're just
I mean,
like and I think that there's that point, and even though they're showing it on the body cam, but there's that point where they kind of look at each other like
hmm
we're done. This is not this isn't going to end
and
well
that's what
for
it is.
us.
Just like when I saw that, I mean, I didn't get sick to my stomach. You just get that feeling.
Yeah, you just get that
Like,
feeling. You get that you get that queasy
mhm.
like, dude,
Yeah,
this is not going to be good. And then the story with this.
this is. I'm at a 10 on this too.
Okay, I'm at an 8 on the story.
Oh, really?
There was a little bit of a hole for me, and it was I mean it could have been because it was the point of view footage and stuff like that, but I don't know. There was something missing. with I wanted more with the wives and the kids
Oh yeah,
and
I can
stuff
see
like that,
that.
and I didn't get that, so I didn't really feel for the guys as much as I wanted to until the end.
Okay, I see that. I see definitely see your point of view there.
So yeah, so I wasn't quite. I still thought it was a good story, but
Yeah.
um, I wanted more of the family interaction. I wanted to get to know the two cops more as people, and
But you said this? I know there's found footage in it, but it's not
mm,
really a full found footage film because you have
well, you
you
have
just
the
now.
I I think it's absolutely found footage, and I
I
mean
mean, there
maybe
is found footage. I mean, I'd say
yeah
90%,
yeah
95% of it is,
yeah,
but there's
and that
just
that means it's found footage to me.
yeah, you're right, you're right.
There's a couple of scenes where they're showing it off to the side or
Because
something
all
like
the
that,
bad guy stuff,
but you've got the handheld camera and you've got the two body
oh god,
cams, and that's kind of doing most
I
of the
see that.
work. So yeah, it's found footage or a POV, point of view film for
Yeah,
me. Um,
it's fantastic. If you guys
it
haven't
is.
seen it,
It,
definitely
it's
see
it's my
and
favorite
or
of that
watch.
type. It's really good. I mean that and Chronicle are my two
Yeah,
favorites.
Chronicle's a
I
very underrated movie.
Yeah, I love
That's such
Chronicle.
a good movie, and
Yeah,
it's got another great actor, Michael B. Jordan. Man,
yeah.
I think he's very underrated.
Before and Dane DeHaan, who is the antagonist. He's the bad guy
Oh
in
yeah, yeah,
Chronicle.
yeah, yeah.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
He's an amazing actor, and he did the um, God, what is that movie? I'm drawing a blank. It was right there. Um,
Old age, man, it's getting us.
I know it's Parentitis. Um, but
Yeah,
it's
it's
I
awesome,
keep
man.
I keep thinking Shutter Island. It's not Shutter Island, but he's in a lunatic asylum, and um, it's such a good movie, and it's so
I
creepy.
don't remember.
It's gonna mess with me. I'm gonna have to.
Look it up.
I'm gonna have to look it up, and I know I have it. Uh, no, not the place behind the pines.
Yeah.
Cure for Wellness.
Oh yes, yes,
That's the
that
one.
is good.
Yeah,
That
he
is
was
good.
he was so good in that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all right, so let's go to the intensity. This is
It's
another one.
very intense.
It's very intense. The intense builds too as you go
Mm-hmm.
along, and then it
It's a
culminates.
little
So
bit, and it just keeps going and
yeah, I
going
think I'm at a
until you get
nine.
to that apartment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not
I'm
quite
at a
10.
9.
I'm at a nine. I think it's really good though. And then the pace of the film, I think the pace is good.
It's
This is
fast.
probably my favorite pace
Mm-hmm. I'm at a
of
10.
all these films. So yeah, I'm at a 10 too.
Yeah.
This has the best pace of all the thrillers that we're talking about. And then the suspense, not quite. The
Mm-hmm.
suspense is not quite there. There's
I think
suspense
it's good. There's a
and then you
little
get
bit.
the answer. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like okay, how I'm in suspense because I don't know if they're going to get through it, and then you get the answer like almost right away.
Mm-hmm.
So I,
I'm
I
at a
think I'm
7.
I think I'm at a seven. Yeah, I think that's a
Yeah.
good score. I'm totally down for that. Okay, so I do call this a found footage movie. So we look at the POV work, so the found footage stuff that they did on point,
Yeah.
absolute
10.
10 for me. It was
10.
it was it was the best. Like I said, it's the best found footage type movie that I've
Yeah.
ever seen. Um,
Who
and then
made this movie? Who directed it?
uh,
I'm not quite sure who did it. That's what I'm asking.
David Ayer.
That's right. Because did he do Fury too?
Did he do Fury?
Maybe
Maybe.
I'm thinking of somebody else. I might be wrong.
Let's find out.
I thought he did Fury. I could be totally wrong. Old age, parentsitis, whatever you said, call
Yeah,
it.
Parentitis.
Yeah,
Wow. End of Watch TV series.
I didn't know there was
Yeah,
one.
it's coming. It's been announced. He's directing the first episode.
Huh.
Yeah, he wrote Fury.
Okay, I knew he was involved. I thought he was involved in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I, a lot of people
Let's
don't
see if he directed
shit all
Fury.
over the
No, he
Suicide
directed Fury
Squad.
too. He wrote and directed Fury.
I know people. What's up, Jerry? Again, thanks for popping back in, man. I know people shit all over his Suicide Squad, but there's some of that movie I enjoy, and I know WB interfered, but I still find that movie somewhat enjoyable.
Mhm. All right. So the last thing with found footage um, is I'm just gonna go because I usually associate found footage with horror,
Yeah,
and it would be like how creepy was the movie or how fearful the movie was, and I'd still give that a high score because there were
mm,
points where I was like, dude, I was legitimately scared for these guys,
yes. In that that complex that
especially when they were stuck in that apartment
mm,
complex and shit was just
yeah
raining down on them. So gosh, even at that, because I was just going to go violence, but I think I'm still going to give it a 9
yeah I'm
for
at a 9.
for the fear that those guys experienced or the fear that they
Yeah,
felt in that situation.
just and they portrayed it so well.
Yeah.
You know, and they're that acting in that movie is really good. Odell Underwatch is fantastic, but kind of like Reno 911 without the jokes. It's so good.
Oh,
Michael Payne's fantastic in it. Definitely, if you haven't seen it, definitely um, check it out. It's worth watching. Jake Gyllenhaal, as always, is fantastic. You get a good score.
yeah, really good score. All right, let's go to the next one, and it is The Day After Tomorrow.
Ooh, another Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yep,
That's the third and final one, isn't it? Yeah,
yep.
third and final one.
Again, this is one of mine. One
Mm-hmm.
of my favorite disaster movies. Absolutely love it. Um, so let's talk about the cast. And I
Jake Gyllenhaal.
think Jake Gyllenhaal, Dennis Quaid, Tamlin Tomita, um, Celia Ward, who's the wife.
Yeah.
Uh, man, uh, the dude who's the president. I recognize him, but I can't remember his name. Um,
Hold on. I can't picture him. Let me look. Um, I'm terrible at. I think I'm at an 8. Yeah, I'm at an 8 on this.
yeah, Emily Rossum is the girl, but I didn't recognize her. But yeah, Celia Ward. Um, yeah, Tamlin Tomita. I had a crush on her as a teenager, so I knew I knew her right off the bat. Um, God, I don't even see that
That's
guy
yeah.
in
I'm at an 8. I know his
Ian
name.
Ian
Yeah,
Holm is
I
in
know
it.
it.
So yeah,
Yeah.
from Fifth Element and stuff like that. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm at a total 10. So roll 9.
Oh,
Okay.
Dell. No, I'm kidding, Dell. That's okay, man. You don't have to like it. I always say all film is subjective.
Yeah. How do I block Dell? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
um, no, it's totally cool. If the
We won't
it's
pick on you if you don't like it too
it's
much.
all no, it's all about taste, and it's
Mm-hmm.
um, because everybody picked on Rich for not liking Princess Bride,
Oh, I
and
got beat up for that one.
you got you got abused on that. I was like, man, I knew you didn't like it, but I was like,
The funny thing
it,
is, people that never message me on Instagram that follow me,
mm-hmm.
I got messages from. You're like, what? I don't like it. I'm like, man, sorry, my bad. Just
Jeez,
didn't work for me.
yeah, we're like, oh wow, okay, I'm under attack. I just, I
Yeah,
just, I just said I didn't care for this movie. Don't.
yeah.
Don't burn me alive at the stake.
That's all right.
Um, okay, so what did you think of the acting on this one?
I, um, we were just praising Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. Well,
This
he's
is in
like
his early in his
17 in
career.
this movie,
Yeah,
or
in his
he's
early in his
playing a
career.
17-year-old. He's young. This is
Yeah,
this is before Bubble Boy came out, I think. Um,
I'm gonna go with 7 on this
okay.
because the
I
acting all around him,
mhm.
they were all about the same, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It wasn't. There was no one that was
There
better
was
than
there were
somebody
there was
else.
really no one that stood out.
Yeah,
Because Dennis Quaid is Dennis Quaid,
yeah.
and
You get his character's
um,
the same in every movie.
his character is this. Yeah, he plays the same. He could have thrown a baseball. I would have thought it was the rookie.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I actually gave it an 8 because I thought it was pretty well rounded. But yeah, nobody really stood out
Yeah.
as really bad or even really good. It was just kind of everybody was kind of even across
Yeah.
the board. So the plot. This is just a pretty good trailer.
Yeah.
I
It is a
was
great trailer.
That was a cool trailer. So
I'm
I'm gonna
at a
give it.
9
Yeah, I'm gonna give the
for the
trailer a
trailer.
9. I was really impressed with that. Um, I loved how it ended. I'm
I do
I'm
too.
actually at a 10 for the ending
I'll
because
be happy with the 10.
he goes there and goes in. He thinks his
Yeah.
son's dead. He goes in the library and they're there
Yeah.
and pulls him out and they find out they're survivors and they have the whole yay
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
people and um you get that thing um and story. Gosh I liked the
Oh,
story.
I do too.
I liked how it played out. They thought, that we were heading for this global catastrophe, but it was going to take longer than it did, and then all of a sudden, everything um,
Yeah.
everything
I'm
just
at a
blew up.
9 on this one.
Jerry, geeks, yeah, dude. I see, Alex. Yeah, it's totally
Yeah.
mine too. I'm sorry. What'd you give it?
Oh shit, 9.
9. That's what I thought. Yeah, because I gave
I
it a
made me
9
think.
too.
What did I say?
What did you say? I forgot what you said. Um, I haven't even had any alcohol yet. That's going to happen pretty soon, though. Um, all right, so intensity. Again, this
It's good
builds, it builds, it builds, it builds because you
because
get
as it gets
a-
colder and
as
colder.
it gets colder and colder, you got little
Hmm.
tornadoes happen, and then you get the
Yeah.
hail in Japan, and you got snow in
I
India,
even
and
like the wolf. The
yeah,
wolves. I dug
yeah,
that part. I think that's
yeah.
one
I
of my
like
favorite
that where
parts.
they got
Hmm.
away from the zoo and they were like attacking him on the ship and
Hmm.
stuff. That I
I
thought that was
dug
pretty
that.
cool. I dug it, so
I'm
I
at a
think I'm at
9.
9.
Hmm.
Like how we were in stereo there.
That's funny. Yeah.
Okay, so Alex gives it 1 billion.
Yeah.
I think that's what that was. Um, okay, pace. I I think the
I have no issues
pace.
with it.
I think I don't have issues with
It's
the
fine.
pace. I think I'm at a 9 for the
Yeah.
pace. I
I'm at a
liked
9
it.
too.
And then the suspense. Not a whole lot of suspense because you
Because you know
kind
what's
of
gonna
knew
happen.
what's going to
Yeah.
happen. I
Yeah.
I I was in suspense with the pre-storm stuff,
Hmm.
like the
That
crazy
was
stuff
cool.
that was happening before, and then once everything froze, you knew what
You
was
knew.
coming.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm about an 8 on this.
I I think that's good. That's a good score. I'm down for that.
Alex says 6.
Okay, that's good.
I agree with
I,
that. But
yeah,
I like this
I
movie.
understand that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked how this. Now the disaster elements itself, I'm at a 10 because
I agree.
they did everything. There was
They
all
did.
kinds of crap. It was Twister. It was it was hell freezing over. It was um, the hailstorms. They had all
Yeah.
these
I loved it.
different disasters all over the world. I thought it was just really good. So total 10, and also epic. It was epic. It
Yeah.
was
It was global.
global. It was global. So I'm at a 10 for that too
Yeah. I'm
because
at
it
a
was
10.
just so good.
And this,
And there's the train.
yeah, it's right on time.
Yep.
Um, they, this reminds me of the pre-disaster stuff. Reminds me that of the core pre-disaster stuff. The little, um,
Yeah. The
the
core is
little
a perfect
things.
example. I was thinking about that too
Yeah,
with the electromagnetic spectrum and little things started to happen.
yeah,
The birds were
and that's
flying
great. I
weird and
love that.
yeah.
Yeah, and of course, Core comes after Day After Tomorrow. Did you ever get your hands on that Shout Factory yet?
No,
That's fine.
it's still on my list. It hasn't dropped in price
It
yet.
hasn't.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm still waiting for it to kind of drop in price, but I'm happy with my DVD. I don't care.
I have
I'm
it on
just
DVD too. I
yeah.
hadn't.
I'm down to get that Blu-ray eventually, but yeah, I'm don't need it right this second. Did I forget to
I was
score
very
Bone
happy
Collector?
with that Blu-ray transfer
27.
that Shout did.
All right, we got two left.
Oh,
We're just barely over an hour and a half. This is
that's
going really
crazy.
fast. All right,
Because last week
so
was 3 hours, wasn't it?
yeah, with our sci-fi movies,
Yeah,
and those were good too. That was a
they
great
were.
group. We were just but I think part of it is I'm not reading the boxes.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not reading any of the boxes, and I think that's saving time. I don't know if it's
That could be
saving
actually
all the
it.
time. I think it could be. I think it's saving a lot of time,
Yeah,
at least a few minutes per review, because we're like we read the box and then we go, what do you think of that? And I think since we stopped that, I think it's
yeah,
saving us a little bit. Okay, from 1991, your final movie is Silence of the Lambs.
yeah.
So good.
It is.
I'm glad you picked this one too, bro. It's
Yeah, I had the Criterion sit on my shelf for a while now. 'Cause I haven't watched it in a long time.
mm,
I remember loving it back in the day, and I was like, I need to revisit this. And yeah, I still liked it.
yeah.
Criterion looks good.
I have the Kino Lorber 4K,
I like that slip. It's a
and
nice slip cover.
it's cool.
I
I
think Red
enjoy it.
Dragon's coming out soon
I'd get Red
on
Dragon.
4K.
Philip Seymour Hoffman is so good in that.
Yeah,
Um,
I can't get over Ray Liotta though. That scene, that anytime when he passed away, that's the
but
everybody's talking about his.
was that Red Dragon? That was Hannibal, wasn't it? Wasn't that the
Oh,
second one?
Hannibal. Yeah,
Yeah,
Hannibal. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
When he's like
Yeah.
eating his brains,
Mm-hmm.
frying it
That's the
up and
one that's
feeding it to
funny.
him. He's eating his own brains.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. Okay, so let's talk about the cast. Anthony
Okay.
Hopkins,
Um,
Jodie Foster,
I recognize the
um,
psych ward guy, the
Ted
warden,
Levine, the guy who plays Wild
Buffalo
Bill or
Bill.
Buffalo Bill or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
So I remember him. So
I'm
Scott
at
Glenn,
7.
I'm at 8. Nope,
I'm at
9. Frankie Faison. I remember him by face, so I'm at 9.
I'm at 7.
Okay, so we even out to 8. I think the acting
It's
is
I'm at a 10. I'm
yeah,
at
I
10.
think I'm at a 10 too. I don't see any
Mm-hmm.
reason why I wouldn't be. Um, what'd you think of the trailer for this?
I liked it. It doesn't grab me like the other trailers did,
Yeah,
but for me this is an 8.
yeah, that's a good score. I'm down for that. I was thinking the same thing. What do you think of the ending for this?
Uh,
And we talked about this because you watched it again and you're like,
mhm. I
nah.
wanted more. It's just like she killed Buffalo Bill and that was it. You know.
Yeah,
Then she gets her reward, eats her cake. Hannibal calls her, and that was it. That's it. Really, that's it.
yeah,
I don't know what I wanted, but I wanted a little bit more.
yeah.
You know, I don't know. It's just me. I could be wrong. Um, I don't
Okay.
know. I just didn't like the jump from the death of Buffalo Bill to her award ceremony. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, okay. I see that
I think
point.
that's what it. I didn't like that. It was just like
Yeah, you know
I don't know.
that kind of bugged me too. It was like, what happened in between there?
Yeah, I
You
would have
know?
liked to see them going through his house.
Yeah.
You know, finding more of his victims or personal belongings, trophies, whatever
Okay.
you want to call it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just that jump from
Okay.
when she shoots him
I see
to
that.
her.
I see that. Yeah, I'm at an 8 for the ending. I thought it was good, but not
Yeah,
great.
I will
But
go. I'll say an 8.
okay.
I mean, it doesn't ruin the movie for me at
It
all. I still
doesn't. No, it
enjoy it.
doesn't ruin the movie. But yeah,
No.
it was more about the journey. with
Mm-hmm.
this movie than the
Yeah.
destination so much. And the cat and mouse game between Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins, really good.
Yeah.
Okay, the story for
That
this.
story, I'm at a
Yeah,
9.
I'm at a 9 for this too. I
Yeah.
think it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you think of the intensity?
There's some really good intense scenes in here.
There's some good intense scenes.
Out of 10.
It
It's
doesn't
a 10.
build. It doesn't build. It's like this part's intense, and then this part's intense, and then this part's intense.
The best for me, the best intense part is the end
Yeah,
when he's got the night vision goggles on, and that to me, that's the best intense
yeah,
of that movie.
yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go with an 8.
Okay. I'm gonna go 7. What about pace? What do you think of the pace of the film?
I
This was
didn't have an
a,
issue with it.
I didn't have an issue with it. It was a little bit of
No,
a slow burn. It didn't drag.
no.
So
I'm gonna
yeah,
go with
8.
another 8. Yeah,
Yeah, I think I'm at an 8 on that.
yeah.
But now the suspense, I think I think I might be at a 10. I
Yeah,
think I'm at least at a
I'm at a
9.
9.
I'm at least at a 9.
Yeah, I'm at a
It's
9.
and if I go maybe a 10, then it's actually a 9.
Yeah,
So 9. It's a crime thriller, so the criminal element I think
I'm
is a
just a
10.
10.
It's
Yeah.
absolutely epic.
Mm-hmm.
With and again it puts it on par with like Bone Collector and
Mm-hmm.
some of the other movies that we reviewed because it's like, dude, the crime is
Yeah.
really thought out. The whole, the stuff that Anthony Hopkins gives Jodie Foster's character to help her, does it really help her, or
Yeah.
or is it something to manipulate her? And it's
Yeah.
kind of a little bit of both. So yeah, I was really down for that. So
This
totally,
this movie was a toss up between this one or Zodiac. These were the I had. I was like, oh man,
yeah,
I gravitate more towards Silence of the Lambs.
yeah, me too. And I think the only reason why I would gravitate more towards Silence of the Lambs is because it's a shorter movie. It's just under 2 hours,
Yes.
and Zodiac is
Yeah.
almost 3. If
3. Yeah.
Zodiac would tighten up just a little bit, it was so
Mm-hmm.
good. And another
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal too. You would have totally,
Yeah, you're right.
you would have totally had another Jake Gyllenhaal in there. That would have been funny. Okay, so let's talk about the twist here.
The original.
It's
Uh,
not really a twist. The twist is really in
you knew who
Anthony
Buffalo Bill
Hopkins.
was.
Yeah, well, who
Yeah.
Buffalo Bill was, and once you got that, then it was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then, but just Anthony Hopkins, I think the the twist for me was he actually trying to help, or was he actually trying to cause more damage
I take it as he was
to
trying to
Star?
help and get the hell out of there.
I think it was a little both. I think it was
Yeah.
in for himself, but
Mm-hmm.
he was legitimate. I think he was legitimately. I don't want to say attracted, but enamored
Intrigued.
with
Yeah.
Starling, and how she's like a rookie cop and she's able to do this. And did you see um, the series
Yeah, I
based on
love the
Silence of the
series.
Lambs? It was really good.
Oh, I'm
I
surprised they got
like,
away with that on TV, on
yeah,
network TV.
yeah. And then well, they turned around and canceled it,
Well, yeah, but we got 3 seasons.
but it was good, and
Mm-hmm.
I really liked it. I dug that
I did
show.
too.
Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go 7 for the twist.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 7 too. Movie still holds up really well though.
All right, we got one more to do.
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
All right, you go first.
1995.
Oh yeah, you know the Brad Pitt movie.
Yep. And
Fantastic.
this is my favorite thriller of all
Yeah,
time. It's so good.
yeah.
Okay, let's talk about cast. Morgan Freeman,
You know,
Brad Pitt,
Jake,
Gwyneth
Jake
Paltrow. Um, oh God, so many people.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey, who's God, he's so good in this.
Yeah, he is.
Uh, so
I
yeah,
recognize the by face the captain.
right. He's always plays like a drill sergeant. He was a drill
Yeah.
sergeant in Full Metal Jacket. So yeah, I'm the same
Mm-hmm.
way.
So that's just at a 9. Yeah,
Yeah, I think I'm at a 9 too.
yeah,
Yeah, total 9. I acting. I'm at a 10
10, 10.
for the acting. I
Brad
loved
Pitt is
it.
so good.
And then the trailer
10.
and the plot, I'm at a 10.
Yeah,
I loved how they did that.
yeah.
It was so good, and they ended it with,
Mm-hmm.
have you ever seen anything like this? And he
And he
says
just says,
no, and I was like, dude, I got to see this movie, right?
Adele, 10's
Dell's
everywhere
like
for Dell.
tens everywhere. You get a 10, and you get a
Yep,
10, and you get a 10. Speaking of which, ending 10.
10.
Story 10. I'm
Yeah,
not. I can't. I can't not give that a 10. It was so good the way it played
yeah.
out.
It's a
Um,
Hawks.
yeah, it's with the seven sins and
Yeah.
how they dressed the scenes, it
Yeah.
was it was like it was like the original Saw and Bone Collector had an angry baby, and it was just
Oh, that's a good one. That
it
is
was
really a good one.
and it was a baby you did not want to feed. It was
Yeah.
just like, God, the intensity. I'm at another 10.
Yeah.
I can't say enough
10.
about the intensity with this because it's like
This
it's
might be our number
just
one.
it's just oh God, it's so epic.
Uh, so good. I
Pace of
wonder
the
if we'll ever
film.
get a 10.
You're at a
I
10
might.
for the pace. I'm actually at
Yeah.
an 8 for the
Oh, man.
pace. There were at
It
that.
just goes boom, boom, boom from case to case, and you sprinkle in a little bit of Gwyneth Paltrow,
I would have
show
well.
that he like.
I like oh, God. I love Gwyneth Paltrow on this,
I feel.
and she's one I don't really care for her as an actor,
Me neither.
but I liked her in
Hmm.
this.
She worked in
Uh,
this.
and
I like how they
then
just sprinkled her, his relationship with her,
yeah,
and go back to a
and
crime
you didn't
scene.
yeah, and then yeah, I had no idea that what was going to be in the box,
Hmm. Yeah.
and when that happened, I was like, oh, and then I knew.
Why they showed it.
I knew how the other deadly sin was going to come out.
Yeah.
I knew it, and God, it ended so well, and there was no chance there was going to be a sequel.
Yeah.
No chance. Okay, so that puts us at a
Because I
9,
remember watching Seven. I was like, why do they keep going back to this girl? Just I want to see the cases.
right?
But then when you get to it,
You're like, oh,
that
now it
makes
makes
sense.
total sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then suspense. I think the suspense is
Great.
it's great. Are
I'm
we
at
at
a
a 10
10.
on it?
I'm
You're
at
at
a
a
10.
10?
And this is your pick.
Yeah, I think I'm at a 10. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying to be a little bit more objective. And the criminal element, the crime, it's a 10. It,
Yeah.
it's it's so good. And then that brings us to the twist, and the twist is a 10.
Oh,
It's so with the
yeah.
what's in the box, and then what? Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
it's got yeah,
And
got such a devastating ending.
Dell might have been right.
Dell might have, yeah, Dell might have been right. It's close.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely the highest score we've ever given a movie,
Is it really?
um, except for yours, but you did yours. Uh,
Oh,
Romeo,
spoilers.
stop! Come on, why are you barking? Huh? Somebody here? Because we only gave 2 9s.
Wow.
Um,
This movie's fantastic. I want a 4K of this.
yeah, I would love a 4K of
Yeah,
this.
Dell. But I want him to leave the grittiness in it. I
Romy,
want him to leave the grain
stop.
in it. Yeah, Dell. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it
Ah,
needs to the grain needs to stay
yeah.
and give me Dolby Atmos, give me surround
Mm-hmm.
sound stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yeah. I love this movie. I'm glad you
Stop.
picked it. It's fantastic. He wants to be on camera.
Come here.
Oh, what kind of dog is that?
He's part Chihuahua and part long-haired Dachshund.
Oh wow, how'd that work?
I don't know. I'm Romeo. Oh yeah, give me kisses. Why are you
Was
barking,
that your
huh?
rescue dog? That was.
Oh no, we got him as a puppy.
Oh,
My
okay.
rescue dog actually passed away
Oh no, I'm sorry.
last year. Um,
I remember you
yeah,
talking about it. You had a rescue dog.
yeah, I had a rescue dog. She was a pit bull, and her owner died of cancer, so they needed a home for her. And so they were like, "Hey, you've raised pit bulls before. Can you take her?" And I was like, "Sure." Um, so yeah, so that was our
Nice.
that was our rescue dog. All right, so
Yeah, this movie just so good,
yeah,
and the gore in it's cool too. What little gore? I mean, in it. Look at the
but
death scenes.
it was still so disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
It was,
Yeah.
like when you see the shadow of the bodysuit that dude had to wear
Yeah.
for the lust one. I was like,
Yeah.
ah. Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta say too, I watched it like 10 or 12 times, and still there's just little tidbits where you're like, oh
Mm-hmm.
man, um,
Yeah.
yeah, so good. It's, I
This is
think it's
Fincher,
I
isn't
think
it?
it's yeah, I think it's Fincher's best. He would that this would
Yeah.
be when they were doing it on Geeks and Flicks and they were reviewing David Fincher movies. This
Mm-hmm.
would be my number one, absolutely.
Yeah, me too. I think Gone Girl would be my number two. I love Gone Girl. Yeah, it was such a good flick.
Boy,
How
I
we
got
doing so far?
we're doing pretty good.
I know number one has to be seven.
Yeah, I
Which
have a
copy of
tie
seven do
between
you
two of
have?
mine that I have to pick. So,
What copy of seven do you have?
well, I actually have uh, just the New Line Cinema Blu-ray.
That's I have that one, but with the Walmart slipcover. You know how they did those
Oh,
with
yeah.
the
No
mine
slip
has
on
a
this.
is the has the box on it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
Three, two.
So Del, not including the movies on this list, what's your favorite thriller of all time?
And then yeah, there's a couple other people on too. So what are your guys' favorite
Yeah,
thrillers?
I can see it on my
Yeah, I have three people on YouTube watching. So
awesome. Yeah, you guys, what's your
hopefully
favorite thrillers?
Dell and Alex and maybe Jerry still there. But
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, yeah, go ahead and put it in the chat. Tell us your favorite
Yeah,
thrillers,
I think
even
this
if it
might
is
be
one of
my
ours.
favorite.
But
Yeah, this might be my favorite genre because there's so, like you said earlier, there's so much. It's got such a wide net of movies.
yeah,
Like you just like you said,
it covers
disaster
such a
patient.
broad spectrum
Yeah,
of stuff. So absolutely. Okay. Well, I've seen nobody's typing anything, so we'll catch those
yeah.
when they come in. Our number 10 movie is Invisible Man with an 80. So that's the lowest score.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that says something.
Yeah. We actually have five movies. Half of our movies are 90 or above.
Oh wow, is this the first time
Yeah.
for us?
First time for us. Because
Uh,
the sci-fi one we had three movies and that was a record. Now we have five. Um, okay, number 9 is Silence of the Lambs with an 85. Number 8 is Nightcrawler with an 86. Number 7 is Gone Girl with an 87. Number 6 is Twister with an 88. Number 5 is Bone Collector with a 90. Number 4, so my number 4 and number 3 were a tie with 91. Day After Tomorrow is number 4, and Spy Game is number 3. Number 2, I'm sorry, yeah, 91 for both of those. Number 2 is End of Watch with a 94. Great score.
Hmm.
And number 1 is 7 with a 98.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's a great score on that one.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
totally deserves it.
it does.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree with that whole ranking right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not. Um, I thought End of Watch would be lower, but I'm glad it isn't
yeah, me too.
because it's such a good movie. But I thought because of the found footage and stuff that it might score a little bit lower. Um, but otherwise, yeah, I think it's virtually right on the money. I think I gave Gone Girl a higher score when I reviewed it originally, um, but still 87 is really close.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite Fincher movies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I thought it was really good. It
me
was
too.
it was awesome. Um, all right, so
Dell says seven is my tops. Some off the top of my head are A Soldier's Story, Basic
yeah, see,
Instinct, and
shame.
Shame.
Shame's
Ooh,
interesting.
that's a good pull.
Um, yeah, I don't think I've seen A Soldier Story, but I've seen Basic Instinct and Shame.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm sitting there trying to pick thrillers, and I'm like, man, there's so many thrillers that I
There is.
like. So
Yeah.
I had to go with just it was easy to do my three favorites, and that was Seven, Spy Game, and Bone Collector. Those are my three favorites. And then I was like, I've got to do disaster movies because I watch them all the time. So
Yeah.
it's Twister and Day After Tomorrow. Anytime it rains outside, I always watch those two back to back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, you're in
Uh,
California. You don't get much rain.
yeah, we don't get much rain, so when we do, we kind of relish
It's
it.
a shit. It's a natural disaster.
It's oh my god, it's sprinkling outside. Put in Twister. Don't go outside, you'll melt. Yeah, it's yeah, it doesn't rain enough here, so when it does, I'm like, dude, we
Right.
gotta prove
It's
to
it's uncommon, man.
yeah, it is.
And
We're
this
like,
water falling from the sky. What the
it's like,
fuck
oh
is
my
this?
god, people think it's the end of the world, and I'm like, no, I'll show you the end of the world. We'll watch Day After Tomorrow. That'll be the end of the world.
Right.
Um, all right, but we're done, and we're under two
Yeah, man,
hours.
that was quick.
That was
That's the
awesome.
first time for
That
everything.
was so fast,
I think
and
you're right about reading the
I think I'm right
boxes.
about reading the boxes.
Yeah.
I think that kind of digs into the time a little bit. So we'll see when we do next week. So next week on Tuesday for our top 10 Tuesday, we're going to do war movies.
Well, that's been fun too.
So
I've already
we've
started
got
my homework on it.
yeah, good. Me too. I'm gonna go through and watch them, and my dog is still going crazy. I bet you I got bears in the yard.
Or Bigfoot. I'm going with Bigfoot.
Oh, could be Bigfoot. I'm in the right area, but no, we've got a mother and two cubs
I remember you saying that.
that are going around. So, um, Romeo,
See, no,
stop.
I would never go outside if there's bears. Nope.
I so I sometimes have to go out there and chase them off, and
Oh
sometimes they
hell
chase me
no.
off. So,
Hell no.
sometimes I go out there because you go out there and you make yourself as big as you can, and you yell really loud, or if you have one of those air horns, that's like the best deterrent because they don't like that sound.
And
Uh,
the best deterrent is not to go outside when there's a bear that's going to eat
he's
your
like take
ass.
as long as
No.
you want, but yeah, it's
Nah.
but wow, yeah. Yesterday though, I they came out in broad daylight and chased my dog around the yard
Oh hell no. That's
because he
right.
ran outside and he was barking at him because they were in the yard, and the mother went chasing after him and he came booking back to the house yelping and screaming. And I'm like,
That's
what the heck? And then here comes the mama bear like chasing after him, and I'm like, oh heck no.
no. See, that's some California shit right there.
That's right.
You,
That's some um,
no.
we're in the
That
backwoods
shit.
up
See
here.
me. See, he'll be good for all winter. Try to eat my ass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go after
Check
him.
out
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check that out.
Yeah,
I'll check that out, Del. I like getting recommendations for movies.
those are
Um,
young things though. Yeah,
but yeah, because boy, Soldier Story.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. I'll see if I can get a watch of that. That was it, man. That was a good round. I think that's the
that
best
was.
round we've had.
Yeah, it was. It was fun. It was. It
Yeah.
was. All the movies were great.
All the
You know,
all the movies were great. Everything was fun to watch. Um, we didn't have
I
to
think
really
Spy Game was my favorite to watch out of
spike. Yeah, it was
out of
so
your.
it was so
Yeah,
fun. And talking about it, yeah, I want to go back and watch it again.
do it, do it.
Yeah,
And like I said, I didn't have my phone in my hand the whole time it was on. I
yeah.
was like, nope.
No, I mean, I can. I've seen Spy Game probably 20, 25 times. I never get tired
Oh,
of it.
yeah,
I'd be like, "Hey, let's watch Spy Game." That's like one of the 10 go-to movies where if we can't decide what we want to watch, it's Spy Game, Independence Day, Serenity, and a few others that were just like those are like our go-tos when there's
right.
when there's no other option. Or we're just like, yeah, I don't want to watch anything new, blah blah blah. Oh, let's put in Spy Game, and then we'll watch that. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah, that was awesome. But what else we got coming on? So you got some What Am I Watching, Dad, coming up?
yeah.
What's
We're
coming
gonna
up for you?
13 going on 30. I'm gonna show my daughter that. We're gonna watch that. We got some back to school stuff coming up, so we're probably gonna watch that tomorrow night.
Okay.
Get that out, get that filmed, and then Friday we're gonna do our out of theater thoughts for the Beast with Idris Elba. I can never say his name. She likes those with animals attack movies,
Hmm.
like Crawl, shark movies. And I didn't realize the movie was rated R when I bought the tickets, so it'll be her first rated R movie in
Oh,
theaters.
okay.
So yeah,
All
that's what
right.
I got coming up.
All right.
And then I got part 6 of my Blu-ray collection. That's
Okay.
about it.
Cool. Yeah, I've kind of tapered off on. I'm gonna come back and redo my collection videos because I've bought so many new things that I kind of need to start over now. Steelbook's not so much because I keep track of those, and then whenever I get to 10, I do another Steelbook episode.
Mm-hmm.
So um, I'm getting pretty close to doing another 4K Steelbook episode, probably in the next couple weeks. Let's see, and then Monday we've got our live stream on Instagram.
Yep.
Um,
Which was found footage, right?
we're going to talk about found footage movies,
Yeah.
and it was End of Watch that kind of
That was a good. Yeah.
got
When
me
you said
going
it,
on that.
yeah, that was.
Um, so so we're going to talk about some stuff on that, and that's going to lead us to the following week where we're going to pick our top 10 found footage movies
Yeah.
and do that.
That's gonna be.
I think that's going to be neat if we discuss stuff on Instagram and maybe get some movies to watch from other people,
Yeah.
and we kind of watch those, and maybe that affects our top 10.
Yeah.
I think that'll be really neat to play with. Uh, but this Sunday, the 21st, I'm going to be on Movies with Ryan's channel. We're going to do weird and wacky recommendations. Um, so it's going to be Tim Talks Talkies, Convicted Cinephile, Mega Mike the Movie Man, and then Ryan and myself. And we're going to be doing a roundtable of just like our top five, and then put in honorable mentions and stuff, and talk about some crazy movies that we're recommending. So hopefully you guys can check that out. That'll be at
Yeah. Definitely go
5
check it out.
p.m. It'll be 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, the
Movies with
21st.
Ryan.
Movies with Ryan.
Yeah. Great guy.
Yeah, it was
Definitely go
fun. I
check out
liked
his.
him. I liked having him on the high five. That was
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun. He gave me a movie to watch that I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
I've got like four people that want to do high fives.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
It's awesome, but yeah, I don't have time. So I'm trying because I don't want to do one this week because I'm doing Ryan's thing, and
Mm-hmm.
then um, and then I've got other stuff coming up next week with the results of my surgery and things like that.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do anything extra. So maybe September we'll probably do a couple of high fives. But yeah, I've got Huck, 4K King, Evan, Pop Culture 33, and then KB Loves Movies. They all want to do
Dell
high
asks,
fives.
what time do you guys go live on Instagram? We usually go 9 Central.
Yeah, 9 Central,
Um,
7 Pacific. We go live.
yeah.
Turnerfan goes live first and then brings us all in.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and usually
So
Alex from Geeks and Flicks joins us.
sometimes
Um,
Nate,
sometimes Nate,
sometimes
yeah.
yeah, sometimes we get. I think we got uh not not mid level media, not Ken, but 4K media guy,
Oh yeah, he
right?
came in once. Yeah,
He came
4K
in
Media
once.
guy. Yeah,
Um,
great dude.
so
Blu-ray Kings come on. Adam, uh,
Bearded Four
Four Eyes,
Eyesman, yeah,
he's another
we've
great
had
guy.
yeah we've had him on there. So yeah, if
We just
yeah
talk movie. We pick a topic.
yeah, which yeah, our topic is found footage. Um, so yeah, if you've got some on there and you want to join the Instagram stream, you're welcome to, Dell.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll
Love to
yeah
have you
we'll bring you on.
because we like to bring
Um,
people on that we know. You know, we don't
yeah,
want
we
to
know we're
bring.
familiar with. We've seen your stuff.
Yeah,
We've talked to you before. Uh, but
because
yeah,
we've had people.
when we get these random guys that want to join, and I'm like, I don't know if they have a stream. I don't know who they are.
Yeah, we
Yes,
tend
10
to
Eastern
stick.
time.
Yeah, I'm terrible at the time zones. I just
Yeah,
say 8 Central, 9 or
yeah.
9 Central. And sometimes I gotta ask uh, David. I'm like, hey, we're going to 9, right?
It's what
Oh,
time is
Dave.
it for me? So, yeah, I'm pretty good at time zones because I handle clients all over the world, so I have to kind of remember
Yeah,
what time zone I'm dealing with,
I can barely handle my own time zone.
right?
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm on Pacific time, so it's still going to be daylight for me, even though it'll be 10 o'clock for you, Dell. So
Le-
um,
legit. We knew I was gonna start outside. I came in. I happened to look outside. It was dark within like 45 minutes. So, yeah, that wouldn't have worked.
but we would have been almost halfway done with the movies the way we were going today.
Yeah, we went by fast, man.
Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah,
was good. Let's see how we do with the war movies if we're not reading the
yeah.
box and just going with the trailers.
Have you seen all the ones I picked? Did you
Yes.
see all? Okay, I thought they
Yeah.
were. You know,
Yeah. I've got let me double check just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure I've seen them all.
I'm gonna revisit. I'm gonna finish Glory.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
totally.
think I'm gonna do Glory. I'm
I
gonna do
might
Glory.
rewatch the I might rewatch one of them because it's been a while, um
Yeah. No, I did
but I
revisit like two or three of mine. This has been.
yeah
I just want to refresh my memory.
yeah, but I've got like yeah I think we've got a good variety of war movies. It's not just all like Vietnam and or World
Yeah.
War II or anything like that. We kind of spread it around, and I think that's
Mm,
really cool.
yeah.
That'll
It's
make
gonna
it
be
a lot of
fun.
fun. Yeah, it's
But
gonna
I
be
think so
fun.
far Thrillers was my favorite
It
so
was definitely
far.
my favorite to score
Yeah.
and to
And
rewatch and
watch.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it
great
was
picks.
good because yeah, I mean, there's like I love the horror movies and I love sci-fi movies, and it was
Mm-hmm.
just it wasn't I don't know it wasn't I wasn't as excited to rewatch some of those, but
Yeah.
I was really excited to rewatch these thrillers.
Yeah. I think these
So
ones your picks were like, oh fuck, I can't wait to rewatch that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And like your picks for next week. I hadn't seen in a while. Or I had only
yeah,
seen once. And like Rescue Dawn. I was like, oh
hmm
fuck, that's awesome. You know, I was like glad you picked that. I'm gonna revisit Glory. I've only seen that once, I think. But I'm gonna revisit that. And then
yeah,
we
very
do
young Denzel in that too. But that
mm-hmm.
movie is so good.
Yeah. I'm gonna rewatch Fury and this has been a while.
Yeah, I
And
liked
then
Fury. I didn't expect to like that as much as I did. Um,
thanks. Wish
with
Angela
Angela
Bassett happy
Bassett,
birthday.
happy birthday.
Yeah.
Angela Bassett, she has the best arms in the business. I gotta say, she's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. She's a beautiful
Yeah,
lady, and
she is.
yeah,
I 100% agree.
guess she's got to be. I know she's got to be older than me, but
Yeah. And we're young, damn it. But
right.
we're old. We're old.
Well,
Yeah.
considering I go, you know, I tell movies with Ryan. I said, dude, I'm 9 years older than you, and he's like, what?
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
45 in a
August
month.
16th, 1958. So yeah, she's what? 63? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that at all. She
Me
doesn't
neither.
look at all like that. She's, God, yeah, she's amazing. She's a great actress too.
Yeah.
But yeah, happy birthday to her. All right, I think we should get out of here.
Yeah, man.
Let's shut it down
Thanks,
and
guys, for joining us.
yeah,
Go over to both our Instagram pages.
yeah,
If you don't
please do.
follow us,
And
please follow us.
Sub us on YouTube.
Yeah,
He's
definitely.
Turnerfan77 on 4K Lowdown, and
Hmm.
check out my Facebook and Twitter. We were live on Facebook and Twitter also today,
Oh, awesome.
so that was fun. So I'm
What's
hoping
up, Evan?
for. Hey, I appreciate that, Evan. Yeah, if you get a chance
Yeah,
to
well,
check
dude,
it out, please do.
thanks for popping in.
But thanks for popping in.
Yeah, we
64.
appreciate
I
it,
was
man.
close. I was close.
As your daughter would say, math.
Math,
Hmm.
but she was born in 58. This is 2022, so I went. Oh, so that's right, 54, 64. So that
Hmm.
makes sense. I was just going by. I don't know what I was going by. Oh no, I was going by. I was trying to match her up with my wife's age, which I'm not supposed to say on live TV
Yeah,
on the
shoot
live
with that
stream.
middle finger again.
I'm gonna get more than a little finger.
That
um,
was funny.
Good night, Dell. Thank you so much. All right, you guys. Thank you so
Yeah, good
much for
night,
joining
guys.
us. We're
Remember,
gonna
be
take
kind,
off.
everyone.
Exactly.
Be safe.
Be be safe. Be well. Watch some movies. Enjoy. We'll see you guys next week.
Later.